Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is a magnificent Monday, and we are ready to kick off our WWE RAW live stream. Lots to talk about, lots to get into, lots of rumor stories, and we're building towards some pay-per-views in the weekend. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good. We're going to have a fun one, folks. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anyone else out there. And we're back at it again. This is going to be a good one tonight. We got potentially the second Raw of Punk in a long time. Though he's not announced, a lot of people aren't expecting him, which I do like. We know he's going to be there on Friday, but we're going to talk all about it, plus the news, the rumors, and this past weekend in wrestling. We're going to get into all that, your pre-show, before the show. We are going to rock and roll. So I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and oh, baby, I like it raw. We've got a stacked Monday Night Raw card. This, to me, feels like it could be a pay-per-view, especially like growing up in the Attitude Era. Like this would be a Backlash or when they had the brand split pay-per-views, because we've got Seth taking the defending the title against Jay. We've got a 2 out of 3 falls match between DIY and Imperium. We've got Drew versus Sami. Cody and Nakamura are, I guess, going to clash. And we've got Shayna versus Nia.
Yeah, quite a bit going on, plus all the side stories. That's good. I think, again, we talk about the boom that's happening in wrestling. We're talking about two major companies that are both trying to make moves, which is forcing the hand of the other. And I like it right now. Monday has got a lot going on for a Monday night. Tuesday, tomorrow, we got lots going on for tomorrow. Wednesday, stacked. Dynamite is full of stuff. And right through into the weekend. We get Deadline this weekend. We get Final Destination.
Yes, sir.
So we got lots on the tap, but it's good. And if you're an open-minded, happy-go-lucky wrestling fan, which I will say, welcome to our fans. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here tonight. I see that chat filling up already. Get in there, get your 2 cents in. Make sure you say hello as Nick and I
are all the new names as well. But yeah, you got a lot of battles going on in Canada when it comes to pro wrestling for you, though, too. You've got Edge Adam Copeland, versus Christian. On Wednesday, you've got Kenny versus Ethan Page for who's the best wrestler in Canada. Right. No one let Christian or Adam Copeland know. So, yeah, a lot of Canadian focus, but a lot of interesting stories on the AEW side. Like we've got even Claudio and Eddie are going to be going at it in the next round of the Continental Classic, too, as well. And that's a match that was on a Ring of Honor pay-per-view before.
Yeah, this tournament continues with some crazy matchups. Swerve taking on Mark Briscoe, John Moxley versus Rouge. That match, I'm really curious to see how it plays out. And Jay White versus Jay Lethal. Again, we're looking at a lot. Plus, we do have MJF and Samoa Joe taking on the Mystery Men.
Who's it going to be?
Now, the question is the tag team going to come out? Or is it going to be like, the two masked men? Like, is it we're not going to know who they're wrestling the whole time, right?
Well, could it be a mystery tag team that isn't exactly per se the masked individuals that we've seen on AEW, but it kind of hints at it? And a lot of people have very much speculated it. I've had Tony's Dark Nightmares, who's normally in our chat, send me stuff earlier today to where people are grabbing like how the facial structure looks under the mask, if that's clearly Matt Taven, or just like I told him, the big beefy boy had to be Wardlow because 98% of their roster is tiny ass guys. No one's that big on that roster.
Right. And again, there's still that debate of, if I was booking it, I wouldn't put the actual people that are going to be revealed in the costumes until something like a match like this. So, I mean, that remains to be seen. Some people still think that Tony doesn't know who the devil is. Some people still think it might be MJF. Britt Baker's still out in the mix.
No.
Adam Cole, we don't know. And again, he's usually, absent during a lot of these moments. Some people have thought maybe it's Samoa Joe.
Maybe. I was almost going to say, well, if it was Britt Baker under the devil mask, then she'd be lying about that whole no live promo time. But then again, the devil hasn't actually spoken yet. Just they had everything typewritten.
Facts. But exciting buzz around Raw tonight. Again, people are assuming that there is no Punk. We've kind of got accustomed to Randy, Punk, Roman, people like that being announced pre-show. No Punk announcement. He has been announced for Friday. We have a world title match that I hope they get time, and I hope it's a banger.
Oh, I think it will 100%. I was just going to go to the chat because I mentioned the typed out stuff and everything. But yeah, I know we'd mentioned beforehand you have maybe at least a gut feeling about something with Jey Uso in this match here.
Yeah, I kind of feel like what if Jey comes out, dedicates the match to Umaga, a nice little homage. So yeah, that's a nice little touch. Again, it's really compelling, but could Seth lose? And further to that, my friend, could CM Punk be the reason why Seth Rollins loses?
Oh, see, I'm great minds, sir, or that we just spend too much time together. Could be a little column A, a little column B. Because I had that idea flashed in my head. I know obviously he's mentioned and he's dedicated it to Umaga already on the anniversary of his passing. There was already the tweet out of this is for you, Oos, and everything. So I think it's such a groundswell and everyone's remembering Umaga and putting a spotlight on him. So how do you have him lose and not feel like oh fuck?
Well, yeah.
But how does Seth lose? Punk's an easy way out, or do we get like Drew comes out and we get a no contest or a DQ, or do we get the terrible, I guess, almost potentially predictable Raw thing of the match gets called off and then we just end up with like a tag team match or something where Seth
it'll be Cody and Seth, right? Yeah, that's always a fear, Nick. I think you also have the opposite side of that coin, and I think you mentioned him, Drew McIntyre. Maybe it looks like Jay's about to win, and Drew takes out Jay, and that's been his whole goal, is to get his hands on Jay. So Seth could retain with help from Drew.
I really like the idea, though, of Jay winning. Like, just personally, if I wanted to see what I want to happen, not any storylines, anything like that, I want Jey Uso with a world title reign, even if it's the Kane one night thing.
Well, I think I have an appetite right now with WWE, and it feels like it's cooking. But I want to get some shit off the grill. Like, throw me a hot dog or something while we're waiting for the main course. Like, and that's where I feel like I'm at. Like, having Jay win tonight or something change in the structure of WWE, to me, I think it adds really well for the buzz, for the interest that everybody seems to be having with the company. Do something. Something.
Well, Rufus says, do you think Jimmy is interfering instead of Drew? That's a possibility. I will say again, shout out to everybody in the chat. We'll get to you at some point. But even then, we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the members. If you want to make sure you stand up, you show up and show out, because that's what the show is about. But do you take the title off of Seth as a way to get him to Punk, and then Punk's not going for the title? And we've seen the reaction, the momentum. Like, we see the highlights of everybody rocking with Jay when he comes out for his entrance in any big pay-per-view. And the pop and the reactions. So do you maybe just ride that in? Well, we'll see where it goes here. This could be pretty interesting. We could end up getting a Roman versus Jay match at one point for both titles. They could both be world champions.
That'd be insane. And like I said, I kind of agree with you when it comes to the idea that Jay's kind of got everything going for him right now. He's hot. And again, he could beat Seth and then parlay into, Drew versus Jay versus Drew with a little bit of build and a little more of a heel Drew works for me. Punk being involved with Seth, it doesn't necessarily need the title. So yeah, I think there's possibilities here between all of the people involved, and I like it. I mean, tonight we do have Sami and Drew going as well in a bit of a grudge match. So
Right.
lots of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces for Raw. And I mean, I think it's an abundance. Even if we don't get Punk tonight, the card is full of stuff.
I was going to say, we haven't even talked about what could be potentially the match of the night with the 2 out of 3 falls, DIY versus Imperium, going back to the takeover days. I see you, Papa Paul. I think that's got a chance to. Now, do you start the show with that? Do you do that top of the hour? Do you end the show with that?
I don't know if you start the show with that, just because, again, I'm really curious to see how I really want the fans to be in this. And I hope they get enough time to really turn it up. And kind of, again, you kind of got to wake up that tag team division. We need that renaissance that we got with the Dudleys and the Hardys and Edge and Christian, those years ago, where it kind of woke up tag team wrestling, and we had a nice tag team run for quite a while. I'd like to see a match like this kind of spark more and more interest in tag team wrestling.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, Wrestling Fluency Podcast, shout out. I think you're new here, my guy. I like that we have things to tune in for again, and it's not just one storyline. Facts.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Are the days.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, gone are the days of Cody starts off the show, and then Seth starts it off, and then we get a tag team match against the Judgment Day at the end of it. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and I think you touched on, the idea of going back to like the Attitude Era. And I think one of the things as fans then was every segment mattered. Like it was part of the reason why we ended up with a 3-hour Raw was they were, bursting at the seams. They're like, we can do 1 more hour. We got lots of shit to say. And then when the talent, didn't evolve, that 3 hours now looks like a big mole on the side of your cheek. Like, this is a nice feel.
I don't know. I mean, let's keep it a buck. The 3rd hour was for more advertising than we got some stuff.
Well, yes.
Stuff to say, because by the time that they got to that 3rd hour, they were starting to run out of stuff to say.
Right.
But yeah, no, I do get what you're saying with this. We're going back to everything from the world title to the European title to the opening match to this backstage promo segment, all had storyline implications within their own storyline. They all mattered. Yeah. They all felt relevant. They all had something you could either get behind or it doesn't take up too much of your time, so you move it on.
Yeah, and I think the interesting part of that, Nick, is, again, you'll get like the Alpha Academy and Tozawa and Truth. You'll get your little chuckles in there. But you kind of want to see every segment. Even for me tonight, like the women's tag match, I'm curious. I want to know what happens. Is Natty and Tegan going to get along? Is it going to work out? What keeps happening? Does Chelsea and Doudrop continue to dominate that division? I mean, again, throughout the show, there's a lot to sink your teeth into. And I know the 3-hour grind is a lot for some people. If we can get a chunk of it to be really, really entertaining, I think I'll be, less inclined to complain.
Yeah, but I still don't want to see Tozawa with his little na dance or just this, whatever. Yeah.
It's gone viral, so we're going to get it. We're going to get it.
It still will never be. Swerve. We're not drive. Yes, Swerve.
You talked about Jay. I mean, Jay and Swerve are kind of got the 2 best entrances right now for me as far as that vibe.
Well, and this term has been randomly thrown around. I guess a lot of people on the internet talking about wrestling on Twitter right now is like the aura of a pro wrestler when they come out and everything. I guess we used to call it, just the vibe that they give off ever. Yeah. Well, over. Thank you. Yeah. Us old marks here. Are you actually over?
Yeah.
But Swerve's got it. Jay's got it. Rhea's got it. And like you said, that comparable with Swerve and Jay of win, lose, or draw, just to see them come out, the crowd fucking pops.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where they are. The crowd goes crazy. They can't wait to throw their hands up in the air and like they just don't care. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting. And I like the fact that it's not just a slam dunk tonight. Oh, it's 100% Seth. I think it's most likely Seth winning, but there's a possibility. And that's what we want as wrestling fans.
Oh, yeah. And well, Swerve has, the Nana. Jay has the yeet.
Yeah, the yeet's gone well. So I'm going to quickly say hi, Greg. Hi, Damian. What's up? What's up? What's up? Boston back in the house. AJ's with us. Tavon, Richard Martinez, C Money, skirt. Right. Ronnie's with us. Steve G, Eric Tate. I think I got Richard and Ronnie.
Shout out to
Baxter.
Yvonne for respecting the grind. But yes, Baxter, what up?
Yeah.
I see Keyshawn, Tomas, we got Larry, we got Steve G, we got Christian, we got anybody and everybody. We got, like you like to say, we got Swimmy Swami, Rufus.
What's up, Rufus?
We got Mega, we got Heather, we got
Heather's
everybody and anybody.
Like it. I like it. Filling up quick.
Well, that's why, again, I remind everybody, it's not anything that we don't like you. It's just literally at times they come in hot and heavy, pause, and so we can't get to you. So that's why we got the super chats, the super stickers, and everything like that.
Right. Ronnie agreeing with us that there's potential there for Drew costing Jay the title tonight. Again, McIntyre has this axe to grind. And I think Drew needs to dig into being a heel. I don't think he should be playing the shelf back and forth, the fence, not the shelf.
Yeah, well, Indian in the cupboard, I guess, is the only reference I could make out of that. But I think he 100% has to go heel, and I think that him teasing about the Royal Rumble posters, that can we just all dead the whole Drew's unhappy with WWE? It's called he's just trying to be a heel character and showing the turn, and that he feels like he's been betrayed and let down and all of this and that.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't want to spoil things for anybody, but it made me laugh the last couple of days watching everybody freak out about Kevin Owens and his mitochondrial, whatever.
Metacarpal.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, ridiculous. Like, and then now it's coming out. Like, I saw someone on Twitter literally today go, I think it's kayfabe. Yeah, they kicked the fuck out of him. Like, are you paying attention to the sport?
Well, it could be shoot. Like, he's still going to fight either way. Let's be honest with that.
But at the end of the day, I like this. I like what Drew's doing, playing the comments. And again, I don't think the way the WWE structure is set up, if Drew puts out that comment, then they instantly go to Drew and say, you need to take that down immediately. And that's how things go in the WWE. On the other hand,
the other one,
right? Well, in the other one, we're seeing
I know we're going to transition with this, but I do just want to say the last thing here. I guess I shouldn't knock it because just keep going with it. IWC, it's keeping kayfabe alive. You've resuscitated, you've brought kayfabe back to life in the 2023s, and I'm surprised. So good on you. But yeah, certain other companies, just people. Twitter's the way you talk to your boss because he won't pick up that.
Because he's there. He's there. So that's an interesting thing for AEW right now, my friend. Is there seems to be a lot, like we're talking a lot about Punk, about the upcoming WrestleMania season. There's a lot of positives we're talking about with WWE. Sony doesn't seem to be having a whole lot of luck with positive press right now. He took a lot of heat for Punk leaving, took a lot of Punk, heat when Punk showed up again. The Bucks are MIA, Brits unhappy, the Hardys are unhappy.
Ric Flair.
There's a lot.
Well, I was gonna say it's such a weird way to try and look at it. Has Tony just completely lost control? If he ever had control, like, is it just there's so much discontent amongst the AEW locker room? Like, I'm just trying to figure out where this all. Like, you have Matt Hardy, who was out there being on the front lines trying to defend AEW against anything and everything. That's now, oh, they need to book us better. We could reinvent ourselves to be something we've never been before, which oxymoron of a statement. But all of this stuff, you have Jeff Hardy now coming out saying, I feel like I'm a ghost backstage. Has he just let the inmates run the asylum too much that now when he doesn't have, cupcakes and pizza for everybody backstage, that they get upset and start throwing shots on Twitter?
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's two things to hear. Every one of us out here has had a job at some point where the boss was unorganized, wasn't clear, wasn't confident, wasn't, didn't have his shit dialed in, to put it politely. And what type of work environment that creates. You become very reactive. And when he's spending so much time being very reactive to the WWE, similar to the past incarnation of competition, that's where you run into this issue. Is it feels like chaos. It feels everything's reactive, and it feels like maybe not the inmates running the asylum, but too many cooks in the kitchen.
You hit the nail on the head, and I'm glad you said it so everyone can stop saying it. I just say it all the time that it's WCW if they had Twitter. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
The point blank here with this, let's think about it. If respectfully, if you're Britt Baker and you were signed to WWE and it's not part of a storyline or anything like that, and you throw out hey, well, I've had 0 promo time this whole year, and so-and-so's had this and so-and-so's had that, you're probably not long for the company one way or another, as we saw with, honestly, I think Sasha Banks is the closest I think that would be a comparable as far as to that situation. But just that none of this is kept in-house, that this is so openly talked about.
Yeah. They have a you know, a big team meeting after the Punk situation, and you see quotes like pure and absolute word for word verbatim quotes coming out of these meetings. That to me can't happen. And I mean, even at that time, some of the quotes, like some of the things that Kenny said weren't looked very well upon. People balked at. You're just allowing the microscope to be turned up, and everybody's just seeing all the flaws. You know,
well, your perfect point there, though, with bringing up how stuff's been leaked, verbatim, direct quotes, and then people will validate those quotes out of backstage meetings that, like you said, no one should know about ever, or until 20 years after they've retired and they do a shoot interview or something like that. Not literally hours, minutes, days after it happened. It's too much leaking of backstage shit from the locker room by whoever. I'm not even trying to point fingers at this point. This would be, if I'm Tony, we shut this shit down now. We don't talk to Meltzer. We don't talk to Alvarez. Everything gets run through our PR shit. Yeah. Twitter shit, same thing. Respectfully, too much. Like you said, too many cooks in the fucking kitchen here.
And again, I think what, for me as an AEW fan, what the Punk situation highlighted was he chose Jack Perry and or the Young Bucks to be a part of his company over CM Punk. And that, to me, I feel like a lot of the decisions in AEW have been not best for business. FTR's there, you know, the Bucks should drop the belts to FTR, have this big epic showcase, but somebody got pissy pants and they don't want to be involved anymore. And now we have a trios division. Like, it's all these little things. But as you talk about before, Nick, it's no different than when the kid gets a new toy. There's going to be some toys sitting on the shelf collecting dust. And that's what it feels like a lot of the wrestlers have become, other than his core friends that have FaceTime with him.
Yeah, but they don't, those, to go with that analogy, those toys, they are not Woody. They can't be out there and say, there's a snake in my boots and shit like that.
Sorry, Viagra on the pole was last night, not tonight. Sorry.
Well, I like MD's comment here of saying they might as well live stream the meetings. Facts. Someone's going to, let's take a betting odds right now. I'm calling this out. Someone's going to do an Antonio Brown and sit there and be on Instagram Live or something like that and live stream something happening backstage or a backstage meeting or something.
Right. I still want to see the footage of what happened in London. I really do want to see. Somebody has that somewhere. How much did Tony pay to bury that footage?
Right.
Just him pissing his pants because Punk's yelling at him.
They can never know how much I truly feared for my life that day.
Right.
But enough bagging on AEW. It's not even bagging. It's more of just do better, be better. It's like we can all vividly point out where you're making mistakes, and no one wants to acknowledge it within that own company. Everybody that wants to do what's best for that company, no one wants to acknowledge this massive amount of people all saying, do something else.
Yeah, I mean, again, I want the company to do well. I want it to succeed, and I admit, Dynamite's stacked this week. The 3 Continental Cup Classic matches look good. I think they'll be very intriguing. I'm really curious how this tournament's going to play out right now because, again, it was funny. I saw a tweet going around of like it was just a confused look, and it was wrestling fans trying to figure out the Continental Classic. Like, has it been properly kind of spelled out of how many people are moving on and how, who's doing what?
See, with that, I guess that's more of because I like the New Japan style, and that's what I watch outside of this stuff and everything. So I get obviously the G1 kind of tournament format and everything, but that's again, Tony Khan and AW very much play towards that audience of wrestling, and that's QT left because he said they were going towards more a New Japan style. I think they might go. I think we both said it on stream that they're going towards more a wrestling-based company than an entertainment-based company.
That was always supposed to be the way, but I hate to break it to Tony. If he goes just straight up 100% spot booking, no angle, no story, no rivalry, the ratings will die. They will go away. And eventually you will end up being streamed on Hulu instead of on TNT. That's facts.
You'll be on Pluto TV. Just go ask the Harry Potter of wrestling there, Impact. The boy who lived should have been dead about 4 times and still is going.
Still going. Is Final Resolution this weekend? Yes, it is. It's the same night as NXT Deadline. Nick and myself will be here for that. Plus, there's other things going on. Plus, Final Battle from Ring of Honor's coming up. World's End at the end of the month. We're going to be here for that. Our award show's coming up this month.
Right.
There's so much to talk about. And
the Golden KJs.
The Golden KJs.
No, go ahead. I forgot my point literally as I started to talk. So.
Does Rhea have a current challenger? Is Nia the option for Rumble? Or since she is, or EC since she is from Australia as well?
I think there's multiple options when it comes to Rhea as a challenger. Mm-hmm. You've got Shayna, you've got Nia. Depending on where we go with stuff on Raw, you could go Becky. You could even have somebody that's, I'm going to just hint that, that's not currently on the roster that could challenge Rhea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. I mean, Nia's there. That's a possibility. She's going through some stuff. I mean, we talk about Raw's the women's division on Mondays being very, the beefy division. It's stacked up.
Yeah. No, you don't want to say it's big.
I don't know how else to put it.
That's a whole different subgenre.
The beefy ladies are getting at it.
We've literally gone from monetized on this video to demonetized.
Right. I do think there's potential for Rhea Ripley to main event in Perth, Australia coming up.
Oh,
for Elimination
undeniably.
And I just wonder if they put her in the chamber and have her defend her belt in the chamber, or is she in a separate match that caps off the show? That'll be my curiosity as we get closer.
Could the chamber be a qualifying match to face her? Usually.
I'm just wondering under the circumstance, will it get switched? But I'm getting the start of the show. So you have to let me know when you get to then. I got Zen on my screen right now, ladies and gentlemen. I know Big Nick's going to take a moment here. Dick Wolf in the house.
Pause.
Shout out to Dick Wolves everywhere.
I'm now. I'm going to just say that so you stop mentioning that. I'm now.
But yes, folks, we are kicking it off.
Forever.
And it should be a good one.
I think this is going to be stacked Monday Night Raw. This is going to be one of those that you're glad it's 3 hours, I feel.
As we're rolling through the new credits.
Yeah, the new entrance song's a little quiet here. A little quiet.
Little subtle.
Subtlety.
What's that?
I just said subtlety.
Right. if she main events alone, it'll have to be Becky, Charlotte, or Bayley. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, Nia Jax might not move the needle very much in that regard, so they might have to bring Becky back over to Raw. We haven't seen her in a hot minute. You're going to need some type of marquee matchup for her if it's a one-on-one singles match in Australia.
Her versus Raquel?
Maybe if the build's right.
That's just the best reaction right there was just literally the whole.
But here comes Drew. Are we opening with Drew and Sami?
Maybe, but we've got big sword energy coming out right now with Drew McIntyre.
Big sword energy, folks. If you are new here, we take a prediction on every match. Plus, we take a rating at the end of every show. So make sure you stick around to the end. Let us know what you thought of the show tonight. And yeah, I'm up for any guesses on who's going to win between Drew and Sami.
Right. And shout out to everybody that's been in the chat, but there's a few that I just thought were funny as hell. Shout out to Richard Wolf. Chicago PD is my jam. Man's been knowing. Miracle of the Year, Big Nick recovery from neck injury. Man's out here knowing when I had the neck brace on, like Roddy.
There you go. There you go.
Adam! TJ, what up? So in school, his teachers would call for attendance. Wolf, Richard.
Again, when you could call your kid Richard, I don't understand how we end up in the other one, but whatever.
There were different times, folks. Different times. They're in Albany. Right. I love that city. Nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet.
I grew up like 3 hours north of Albany. Fun fact.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Faced some decent hockey teams from Albany over the years.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Drew and Sami open Raw. I'll take it. Yeah, we're opening with a match. That's, to me, is the best part of this.
Refreshing.
Not a promo. Not the Judgment Day. Not, anything else. Not
don't speak about the Judgment Day. They'll show up.
Oh, they might.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Avenger letting us know that Drew's going to win. Oh no, we got a mic. Fuck.
See, I told you. Yeah, now I got him cutting the promo. Sorry, my stuff froze.
That was
a bit of minutes.
Why'd you say it like that? It's provocative.
It's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going.
Drew with the whole wide eye. Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it. Raw. The entrance music from the Attitude Era is going to be the best soundtrack. That was the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yes. Forget the light, the morning, we're in this together. That's always what I hear in my head when I see Raw.
Are they chanting CM Punk?
Yes,
they are.
What do you think about the fact that they're chanting CM Punk at Drew right now?
I think he brought it up. I'm not sure, though.
Fair enough. Damn.
I once drove a U-Haul from Rochester, Albany, all the way to Times Square just to get a Gray's papaya dog. Shout out Easy Bake.
You do you, boo-boo, but...
Jay, your time's coming, so we're setting that up. This is not a bad promo by Drew.
No. Yeah, you like...
that was wicked. Somebody I'm forgetting. And then right as he says Sami Zayn, the music hits.
Oh. So we're like hair. I was going to say something else, but yeah, we're like perfect.
I got Sami out in the little opening area.
Yeah, I got him throwing the hands. Da, 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 da.
Whoa.
Right. Low key, that theme song was goated for Raw. Move to the music. Yeah, Union Underground, 100%. Much like Creed is goated when it comes to pro wrestling. Let's just talk about that real quick.
When it comes to pro wrestling, I'll accept.
There's a band that's like the 5 moves of doom. It's the 5 bands of doom. You've got like Creed, Kid Rock, Limp Bizkit. I think Papa Roach is probably one.
Papa Roach has to be in there.
Right. And so then it depends on who you count as like the fifth. You got a fifth swingman here. You could say Nickelback, but the only one that they did was
Motorhead.
One Rock. No, Motorhead definitely has to be. That's a forgotten starting five.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, Saliva is a good shout too as well.
Saliva is a great show.
Saliva takes out Papa Roach 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Saliva. Yeah, a lot of people feeling Saliva is a good shout for the wrestling too.
You might as well say it right to my face, says Sami.
All right, boys. We know you don't like each other. Fight. Ding, ding.
Yeah. See, I would have liked it if when Sami came out, that was the start of the match.
Yeah, just go.
We don't need this extra promo.
Mm-mm. You were part of the bloodline. Is CM Punk on Monday Night Raw or no? Right now, well, he has not been announced for Monday Night Raw. He has been announced for Friday, which I'm giddy. Paul Heyman and Punk in the same building. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, no, I think right now he's a free agent.
Right. Well, he technically would be, yeah.
Sign in the crowd says Joe Sachs. Fine. Sign in the crowd also says lazy booking, which is definitely WWE. Really, you went so hard out of your way for that. Like,
right.
That man was coming across mid-court and was just like, I'm going straight to the paint with this. I don't give a fuck if they double, triple, whatever.
I'm going straight to the hole.
Pause.
But yeah, for sure. I'll throw two more into it. Caesar. And you know what? I was thinking Disturbed as well. That's funny that you said Disturbed. Caesar, maybe not. Now we're getting into like top 7. But
yeah, because then you'd say Finger 11, pause. That because of Kane's theme. Disturbed would only be because of Austin's theme. You know, lips up to that guy.
Right.
That's like bringing up Run DMC for the King of Rock. What? The King of Rock. Who? Sami's saying how he got his redemption over the bloodline.
Drew's a crybaby.
You're making your family proud?
Big pop.
By the way, you can very visibly see a big scar right on Drew's forehead.
That's somebody just said that Drew's got a big forehead.
That's because he's headbutting everybody.
Yeah, there's a Glasgow kiss.
Right.
Man, it's almost cast iron from my eyebrows up.
That's the Scots for you.
But Drew gives us his best Vince McMahon, and we're ding-dinging this one.
Now, ding ding and Vince McMahon should not be in the same sentence or anything like that. That's definitely, that might be in a court document somewhere.
Right. Yes. Let's go.
Chaman, what up?
What's up, Chaman?
We got Matthew. Hi, Mr. Beard and Joey Grayshirt. Hi, Mr.
Grayshirt.
Jesus.
Right. What's up, Moses?
My ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling.
Yoink. I instantly go to Millhouse on that, by the way. If anybody's wondering.
Why? As we've got a big Let's Go Sami chant, by the way. But so Hugh got.
I got to take Drew.
Drew McIntyre?
You can only lose so much. Like, everyone's like, well, he's going to lose and then he's going to snap. But, I mean, if he keeps losing at this point, he's going to go on a fucking homicidal rage. Like,
but that's what I think we kind of all want. We want the Scottish psychopath back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we want, broken dreams. We want all that back.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to pick Drew. Sami.
That's fine. I'll go because you're an Ontarian. Torontonian.
Yeah.
Well, Ontario is the province. And
yes,
Sami's, a Quebecois, so I'll take Sami.
Fair enough.
That's to be difficult.
He's a Habs fan. I'm not going to cheer for him.
Like I said, I did it just to be difficult.
Drew. Didn't Drew already beat Sami not too long ago? Fact. Was that not? Wait, I know he got a win over. Who did he beat for the advantage match? Was it Sami?
Was it?
Or was it Jay?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm wondering whether it was one of the two.
Right. Randy Orton versus Tyndale.
Who?
Tintin? Not Tintin.
Rin Tin Tin?
Rin Tintin?
Drew McIntyre sounds like groundskeeper Willie. Now keep your mind out of Willie. Between your mind.
I got arthritis in both me fingers.
That's Willie's time. It's like WWE fans and AEW fans, or wrestling fans and wrestling fans. Wrestling
fans. Emmy wins. I'm so confused. Sami, that makes more sense. Sense. I miss Vince. Why?
Were you hoping for a payday? Is that be the only reason why?
What's up, Daniel? Grilled turkey. That's a whole lot going on. Grilled turkey American cheese sandwich with barbecue chips and mac salad. Let's eat. All right, Pop. Let's go.
Why does that feel like an AI, like a chat GPT generated statement? Like that's a chat GPT generated menu.
Right.
Boston Leafs fan not rooting for the Habs. Bruins fan not rooting for the Habs. Right. So the hell are you both?
There you go. Sounds good, Boston. Can't do it.
That's the boy has the shinin. Oh, you mean the shining? Shush, boy, you want to get sued? My favorite line from any Treehouse of Horror. I still to this day randomly will quote that. Do you think you're going to sign CM Punk to Monday Night Raw? I didn't know I was on the fucking docket for paying him.
I'm down. I mean, I would. Like, I don't know how to answer that. We don't know yet. I mean, you might want to leave him as a free agent for a while and flirt with it.
If you have the potential of the Seth feud and you have the potential of the Roman feud, and then beyond that, leave him as a free agent. He doesn't need to sign anywhere. He's the one that gets to just float amongst the abyss. He's a Brock Lesnar type of can just show up whenever, wherever.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we'll see how long. They signed Randy up pretty quick, so we'll
and
see.
You tease the Roman dissension because Paul Heyman brokered his deal.
There you go. It's all his fault. So we will see. Every year it's the same Corona extra commercial with the palm trees. I mean, yeah, sometimes they go back to the well.
Yeah.
Oh, Sami. Oh, wow.
Firing up.
Big moonsault.
Just got the moonsault.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't have that fresh tap maple syrup like you do.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm waiting.
A nice move.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the Paul Heyman reunion with Punk.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
If it happens,
I think it should happen. I think they'll both be there on Friday. I think it'd be odd not to at least acknowledge each other in some way.
Oh no, I'm not saying that you don't have an interaction. I'm saying
okay.
As far as them reuniting, like the most I would maybe do, depending on where you want to go with it, is you tease it like the Brock Roman thing, and even maybe Paul Heyman can hit it bullseye 2 times in a row and manage to toss that belt right in between both Punk and Roman, so you don't know who he's tossing it to.
Well, I mean, and ultimately, I mean, it would be crazy if it ends up being Punk that takes Roman's belt.
Facts. I was almost thinking, like, would AEW fans somehow claim that as a victory? A former AEW guy beat Roman Reigns?
Nah. They didn't want him. Drew versus Sami feels like Sami victory pushed Drew further heel. Facts. Possible.
There you go.
Definitely possible.
That's what I think is we got a big chop from Drew. If it's gonna be Sami wins, it's gonna be like a surprise roll up here or something, because he's firing up on Drew, but Drew's every time just chopping this man down.
Yeah, and I mean, again, a surprise roll up might infuriate Drew even more. I know it'll piss us off.
Right, it's the most devastating move in professional wrestling, sir.
Right? Did you see this clip of the fan jumping the railing at Grayson?
I haven't seen the actual clip. I've just seen stills of it, which this is when you play that chart of fuck around and find out.
Right. Again, at least wrestling's getting back to the point where people are trying to jump the railing at the heels. Yes.
I don't know, but I mean, the man did not seem too upset that he was getting tackled by security. He's sitting there hitting the thumbs up and everything. Go try that game with Jacob Fatu. We have documented footage as well of how that works out, and it doesn't work out anywhere near as nice.
Oh no, there's a few good clips out there. I mean, I wouldn't try it with many of them. Oh,
right.
Sami,
Lippin, did he hurt himself coming off there?
I hope not. Could have just been a bit of a blood rush to the heel, which never feels good.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is I thought it was more of like, he like fuck up his heel right there. Trying to get Drew up for the suplex.
Why is Drew McIntyre not in movie? Could he not be the villain in just about any Bond movie?
I thought you said, why is he not moving, not in a movie? Fuck. Sorry.
Oh no, I want like this
I was like, because he's selling what?
We got two events on Saturday.
Me to die, Mr. Drew? No, I expect you to need a Claymore.
Oh. They show the replay of the ankle tweak.
That's the thing. It looked like a heel or an ankle. I hope.
Yeah.
Granted, I feel like if it was what I thought they're trying to do, that they'd call it real quick is the Achilles.
Oh!
I just think that has been the injury in time for that. Oh, tornado DDT. No. Two count.
Right. Steve G's got a point. I like it. Well, yeah, essentially, what if Punk does take that belt? It would be funny because Roman said Punk doesn't move the needle. I would argue right now there's nobody in wrestling that moves the needle like Punk. Sorry, Roman.
But I think Roman said that more of, when Punk was in AEW, you've got to go to fucking bat for your team. I think in his heart of hearts, he doesn't realize how much CM Punk does, especially for their business right now? Absolutely not. But when you're on that side and the other team's star player is getting talked about, you got to act like they ain't that great.
Well, and in addition to that, as much as Punk moved the needle, that AEW needle wasn't moving quite as far as that WWE Roman needle, right? So he had that over him the whole time of, yeah, it's cute, people like you, but, look what I'm doing. So fair enough.
There's a difference between moving a needle on a Ford Fiesta and on a fucking Tesla.
There you go. Wow, big clothesline. Drew to the outside.
After the kip up and everything. Are we going to get Sami flying? He's still selling that heel.
Yeah. So. Shit.
Drew caught him.
That's just fucking rude. Sack of potatoes.
Yeah, that had to hurt everything. Everything.
We are in a commercial. I think this is commercial break number 2. Pretty confident. Yes. I don't know if we set a bar
Curtis said the over-under was at 12 for those who are, I guess, are playing Wrestling Kings. That's what we'll do. We got to find some, fantasy partner for this.
Right. Seeing how Raw is the 3-hour show that needs something fresh and Randy is on SmackDown, it only makes sense for Punk to be on Raw. I don't want a free agent. Free agent equals part-time. Yes and no, but I mean, if he's thrusted into a rivalry with Seth and it keeps him primarily on Raw anyway, I could be okay with it. I think it could work.
It depends on, Curtis, you correct yourself. You said break 1, it's break 2. I was about to say, we ain't getting no insider trade in here. But do you want to have Punk every week, or do you keep Punk as a special attraction? I keep Punk as a special attraction.
I'm surprised to hear you say that because based on like last week and the debate we had with
I have
Punk
enough stars. I have enough shit to fill my weekly shows.
Okay. But yeah, I think they're going to
evidence right here.
But yeah, I definitely think that he's going to wrestle, a lot fewer than people anticipate. But I think there's time there, and I again make him a complete special attraction, kind of like Roman. No, because then I think you start to lose some of the holy shit factor of them. People are fickle. It will die down eventually.
Well, with you though, like how you mentioned we're slow playing this and everything. So initially you keep him as the special attraction until something starts to fire up. Maybe he shows up a little bit more throughout it then. And then when that's done, he might take a fucking week or two off or whatever. Something like that. And palate cleanse.
Well, and you start getting those Punk returns. Punk's coming back. Here's Punk.
Much like with Roman a little bit. But that's the thing is I was saying of like even tonight right now, this card is stacked and there's been no mention of Punk. There's been nothing rumored. There's been people even saying that he's definitely not showing up tonight because he's showing up on Friday.
Yep.
But there's still enough buzz around everything that they're doing. They're still putting on a great enough show that you're still tuning in every week.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what my opinion was originally when he came back in. And a lot of the fans got really mad of, that he didn't just come in guns blazing. And I was like, I think they're going to slow play a lot of things here. And I think that's what we're witnessing. And I'm glad to hear your take on it. Because I agree. I think patience, it's a marathon. We'll stretch this one out. And we got time. He's going to get into WrestleMania season. He's going to be very prominent all the way to WrestleMania, which got to give somebody goosebumps up there.
I will admit, and I feel like now I'm at like an AA meeting or something. Like I was traded at Punk, but I just really did want him personally just to come in guns blazing. I get 100% storyline wise everything. Yeah. The way that they're going to handle this versus the way somebody else handled this is let it simmer. We've got enough other things going on that we don't need you to carry us. We just need you to be that extra little bit of fucking seasoning.
Yeah, no, I agree with you that. We're just a quick reminder, folks. We're getting we're getting a commercial for NXT Deadline. Ilya's going to take on Corbin. Wesley going to take on Dom. We got lots going on. Plus, we got 2 Iron Survivor matches. We're going to find out who qualifies for that tomorrow here live on the channel. We'll be back for that. Be a friend. Tell a friend. It is Christmas, and we're almost at 3.1K already. Let's go.
Can murder the game 100%, but absolutely in the spirit of giving, the best gift you can is dropping our link in any sort of wrestling chat that you're in, anything on Twitter, on any social media platform that you are. Christ, just sit there and give somebody a membership to a channel, or if you're struggling to find a Christmas present for your sister's like third boyfriend that she's had this month and everything like that, or that third cousin that only shows up at holiday gatherings. Grab them a Wrestling for Life Network t-shirt and be a friend, tell a friend.
Drew flung Sami like a frisbee. So we're back with two counts.
2.
There you go. Look at the spine buster into the roll through. But
Punk is so athletic for such a big motherfucking dude.
Sorry?
I was just saying Drew's so athletic for such a big dude. Like, man hits up the hip up regularly. And I would say as good as HBK hit it.
Yeah. Like, fucking cast him in the Commando remake. Give him Hogan's role. Like, he is a gigantic man.
Just have him be the next Donald. Yeah, do it. Just instead of Austin, he's Scottish. Instead of I'll be back, it would be get out of my swamp.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's it. As wrestling fans, we do want it every week. I think again, there's a definitive line, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you can't burn them out.
Oh, are we gonna white noise off the middle rope here? Oh no, we're gonna roll through to a powerbomb spot. Yup. 1, 2, 2 go.
Where are my WWE haters right now? My WWE haters need to tune in to Raw right now. They are having a phenomenal match.
But that's the thing is, when you even have the people in the locker room are turning on AEW, the dirt sheet reporters, the ones that have moves named after them in AEW are turning on AEW.
Tony can't lose the smart fans. He can't lose that tribal core of 800,000 or whatever it is. I mean, he's got to be very cautious of that. And having Meltzer starting to champion if he really falls off the edge with AEW, Mr. Meltzer, there will be an impact for AEW's fan base. But what up, Joe Panther Variety Show? Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Well, my guy, appreciate you. I know Joe from Instagram. Yeah, Sami's still really selling this heel though. I'm wondering if it's like his metacarpal of he's actually injured here. Glasgow kiss.
Uh-oh.
Where are my Wrestling for Life network ice cream bars?
Dude, listen, if I could figure it out, you'd have some, trust me.
They all taste like maple syrup because they're coming from Oh, Sami with a blue thunder bomb. 1, 2 count. Whenever we link up with like a vitamin company, the first one we need to do is ice cream bars.
Okay.
I got a whole line. If we ever link up,
I had some other ones. Yeah, I didn't.
That's a vitamin company. We'll revolutionize the game. We don't have ice cream bars, but we'll get you wanting to eat some ice cream bars. Pause.
Yeah, no shit. This is awesome chant by the crowd. We're opening the show with an outright banger. And what impresses me right now, Nick, is the time they've given this.
Oh, 100%. I said this earlier when we were doing the little pre-show before the show kicked off. Of this to me is a bit like the like if this was a brain exclusive pay-per-view, 100% this would be like arguably a good fantastic opening match. This card's stacked like that.
Oh, Sami up and over, playing with that leg again though.
Oh yeah,
no, that's the right one.
Yeah, it's
back to the left. Okay, we're back to the left.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like everybody else. So unlike everybody else, he actually managed to keep it consistent versus some people will sell both sides.
I was like, wait a minute. No, my left, not your left.
Mm.
Oh, Sami looking at the ropes. Is he going to do it? Oh, he really selling that leg. I can't.
Yeah.
That's where Drew should slide in and just start stomping on it. Stomp the shit out of that leg.
Well, I don't know if this is Drew looking like he's smelling shark, like blood in the water, or if he's more of like, you won't hit me with it.
Chop block. There you go. You go. Why is he getting shit from the ref?
That's a legal move. What in the name of NFL officiating is going on right now? Where's Big Dom? Where's the dude from the Philadelphia sidelines out here?
Oh, the ref set Sami up for the Claymore, that bastard.
Oh, yeah. He's working with him.
Good match. And I don't even mind the finish.
2, 3. I like that finish. Yeah. I really like that finish. You played through it. You set it up throughout the middle of the match. It played through. I don't like the ref spot just because it was a legal move. But good match. Really good match. Really good finish.
Right. Interesting. What is the main event? Your guess is good as mine. I'm assuming the title match.
Yeah.
Let's guess.
But that could still be in the middle of the show. We could have the 2 out of 3 falls match end the show.
Oh, I can't do that.
To me, if the match between Sami and Jay goes on any time outside of the main event, then Seth and Jay, then Seth's winning. Yeah, you're not having Jay pick up a world title in the 9 o'clock hour.
No,
unless you're doing it to get Twitter talking for the last hour.
There's no. I don't see it.
Mm.
We still have a chance. 2 to 3 will be top of the hour. I agree with you, JV.
I was starting to think of the Lord line. So you're saying there's a chance.
Saying there's a chance. Okay, I like it.
Right?
The truth will set us free. Our truth will set us free. Our
Huh?
truth.
Now, does our truth need to get his title reign moment?
Do it. His 24/7 title moment?
No. Could you see him get his Kofi run?
Oh, at the world, I don't. Maybe like you could give him an IC belt, the US title, but to be like world heavyweight champion in 2023, I don't know.
You'd have to really shift that man.
Again, anything's possible. You can get the crowd behind you. Yeah, like I mean, Kofi Mania was never supposed to be a thing. The Yes Movement was never supposed to be a thing. If you can make it happen, LA Knight was never supposed to be a thing. It's fan-driven bullshit. So
yeah, Kofi Mania was there because Ali Mania fell out. But I like how we're getting Shayna and Zoe Starks paired up backstage together.
yeah, nice little pairing.
Commercial break number 3.
Clicking along, folks. And again, if you're new here, I see the numbers climbing. If you haven't hit like or subscribe yet, please do so. We appreciate it. I believe, yep, over 100. I just became 124. Yeah, I like my own shit. Deal with it. But yeah.
100%. You can have that. But no, absolutely appreciate it. Big things popping, little things stopping up for something. Season never sleeps. 100% around here. Been killing the game. Still just under 2 years old. Already doubled up our subscribers just from last year, this year, and still got time on the clock this year. So 100%. Be a friend, tell a friend.
Yeah, things are growing exponentially, guys, and we can't thank you enough. It's been fun. We love doing these streams, and we will be here all week, all next week. We might take a couple days off around Christmas.
Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated.
Maybe we'll show up. We'll do like our Christmas unwrapping live.
Oh, God. Pause.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you go take a break on that statement. But I am in commercial break number 3. So, again, like I said, appreciate everybody joining us right now. 100%. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit that bell notification, hit that subscribe button, share our link in any sort of socials. And when you're out there and you're running out of things to talk about at, the holiday parties and everything, and you're talking wrestling with that one friend or that one cousin that still gets you, that you probably smoked some vitamins with before you sat down for Christmas dinner or to open presents, 100% let them know about us. Absolutely. Bobby yes in a sequel. What did Bobby say? Picking Nia Jax, and my pick is Nia Jax. So I guess I will remind everybody. So when we come out of this commercial break, we are getting Shayna versus Nia Jax. So you can get your early predictions in. I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah, but the machete. What are we talking about with the machete? Don't disrespect Danny Trejo now here. Wrestling for life, over Fightful. Tell your friends. I respect that and I appreciate that compliment, but I also will say, for everybody that's given SRS slack on Twitter and everything like that over his match, he did it more to raise charity than anything. It's one of those. I get that it's not a fucking 5-star classic. It wasn't ever supposed to be, but he raised awareness and raised money for mental health. So you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. Not like he needs me to come to his aid, but just my 2 cents on it. I see. I checked it out later on YouTube. What? While we wait for commercial, here are some items you should add on your Christmas list. WWE 2K23, the Eddie Guerrero WWE Championship belt, and Ninja Thirsted. What the hell? We have enough thirsty people that show up anytime Luna's on the screen, so we don't need to be, advertising hydration systems. Or maybe we do. Maybe that's the inside market that we have here. Good for him, raising money for charity. He still sucks, though. Fair enough. Emily, I mean, you're giving us praise, so I can't really knock you, and I respect your statement. I won't say you're wrong. But yeah, good on you. That's the best answer I think I could have expected. Concession stands are the only winners for Nia versus Shayna match. I don't think so. Not at all. As we're getting the official theme for, so by the way, this Friday is the tribute to the Troop show as well. from Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah, no, I don't mind a Shayna versus Nia match. Think about it. These are two former tag team partners. These are two former women's tag team champions going at it. I think this is, we've talked about it. The Monday Night, Raw women's division has very much become the Hoss division. Oddly enough, respectfully enough, don't cancel me when it comes to WWE. As I'm getting a Jay Uso promo video package right now, as he's saying tonight he's got the chance to do something he thought he could never do. That's really. I wanted to mention this a bit. Let's look at where everyone that was in the Bloodline storyline has now since come. Even throughout their careers and everything. Jay and Jimmy were at one point guys who couldn't get on the WrestleMania card, even though they're Rikishi's son, they're a legacy, they're part of the Anawahi family and everything like that. Now you have the main eventing pay-per-views. You have Jay challenging for the world title and arguably has a solid chance to potentially win it. You have both of them, I would almost argue, that have at least respectful odds when it comes to winning the men's Royal Rumble. You have Solo, who's becoming pretty much WWE's version of Taz, or much like his uncle, who Jade dedicated this match to, Umaga. 100%. The Bloodline, as much as people foo-fooed it because it took too long, it felt too much this, Roman wasn't ever on TV, it has solidified WWE for the next, arguably, decade plus. Obviously with other stuff around it, but it has elevated it to a certain level, 100% respectfully. Jake, what up? Nico, what up? Yeah, that's enough of my ranting. The Wrestling for Life hydration drink coming soon in 2025. The true cure for cottonmouth. That is 100% JV. That is facts. Logan, KSI, reach out to us. We need a prime flavor or something like that, or we'll just be, your great value version. Just joking, but yeah, no, we'll be your stoner flavor there. Nick, can you tell me I'm wrong? I respect your opinion, Big Dog. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't want to fully say you're right either. I never expected these type of singles runs from the Usos, to be honest, so I'm happy to see where it goes. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. You've made new stars out of the Bloodline, and they're not named Roman Reigns. Even you look at Sami, has got a resurgence in his whole career through that. I argue, I don't know if I want to fully argue that LA Knight doesn't feel, bro, 100% I feel Cody isn't where Cody is at. Granted, some people might think that's a bad thing if it wasn't for the Roman story. As KJ's missing his favorite Canadian, Jackie Redmond, as Sami's getting medical treatment and still getting jumped by Drew. He got the Owen Hart on Razor. He got the Pearl Harbor from the front here. I'm not. So Drew still losing his mind of how Sami compared himself to Drew. I'm nothing like you. Well, yeah, Sami's a much smaller, red-headed Canadian man. You're a giant, brunette Scottish man. Do you think there will be a cash-in for Money to Make tonight? No. I want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk. That has been talked about, and that does kind of make my brain melt. Is this a way to write Sami off, much a la Kevin Owens? I don't know why I said that weird. I think because I was going to say KO instead of Kevin Owens. As we're in commercial break number 4 for those keeping track. But then we maybe bring them both back together or something. I don't. It's interesting that both Sami and KO both get injured with what initially kind of looked like they could have been legitimate injuries, and now we've got to sell it to make it look a workish, fit it into the storyline here. Drew just took out Sami. Yes, he did. Why did he do that? He should have just made him lose, and then he could have attacked him. Fair enough. A la King Owens. Because the backstage doctors always work on their patients on roadie cases in the loading dock. Yes, that is 100% the most sanitary and stable way to do it. MD Priest isn't cashing in until April 6, 2024. Is that WrestleMania? I feel like that's probably WrestleMania. Let's assume that Rollins and Punk heat is real. It's not. Can you see Rollins dropping the belt to Jay as a way to say at least he didn't drop it to Punk if management wants Punk to go over Seth? Valid. I see where you're going with that. I almost see he could drop the belt. Hi. Speaking of management.
Dropping belts?
What? But I could see it be more of Seth versus Punk doesn't need the belt. Much like people have argued Dwayne versus Roman doesn't need the belt per se.
Yeah, I mean, if it's for a belt and Punk is a world champion again, I mean, I think it definitely has potential. If Punk is a champion on Mondays and Roman's a champion on Fridays or whoever, I mean, you're looking at a really nice fucking week as far as the wrestling goes. You got needle movers on both sides of the docket. I think it builds nicely. However, yeah, I mean, again, I think I'm just itching for some change. Like Gunther's had a long run. Seth has been the only champion of this belt. Roman's had the belt for an eon and then some. I'm just kind of like,
But didn't we say though that, or at least I said that somebody like a Seth needs to have a run with this belt to validate it, to make it seem credible.
Yeah, and I think he did that. I think I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, I believe in this belt. I like what he has done here, and now I'm okay with moving on.
Can I say something that popped into my head? I don't know if I fully agree with it. If respectfully, if Jay wins this tonight, could this be, especially because it's a new belt, we're solidifying its legacy and everything, could this be more of like when Hangman won the AEW championship? We thought it was going to be a bit more, and it didn't. I don't want to instantly put that on Jay or anything like that. That's just my early potential worry of does Jay feel world title?
Yeah, I think Jay feels main event. I think he feels world title.
Main event or world title? That's two different.
Well, I mean, again, how different are those two things? And I think if he had the belt, he has enough crowd love behind him. And when he gets in the ring, it's going to be good. It's not like his matches are going to suck or there's going to be a lack. I think Adam Page's biggest problem was there was no real compelling story. Like it wasn't exciting.
But what's the compelling story with Jay after this?
Well, I think you have a lot of options. You got Drew kicking around. You got the Judgment Day still kicking around. You got maybe Seth wants it back. I mean, you have an abundance of options for sure. We have no idea what it's going to be.
Right. As we're still showing Sami backstage. Now, again, is it the knee? Is it the calf? Is it the ankle? Is it the heel? Is it the Achilles? What's going on here?
I don't know, but he's got his boot off. He's not doing so good. I'm starting to feel like this is going to be the night of Drew McIntyre. He kind of starts the night off with a bit of a promo, takes a shot at Punk. He takes out Sami. Now you got Jay looking over his shoulder. This could be a very Drew night.
A very Drew-centric.
But Becky.
Right. With grape suit Byron Saxon.
Nia calls him Barney.
Yeah.
Now, remember, there's history here, folks. There's history.
Now, can we all just admit this whole preconceived of Nia sucks coming back and everything? You can have that. Not even what I'm mad at. Like, that's not accurate anymore.
It wasn't accurate.
Out the window.
Yeah, I don't think they would have ever brought her back if they had any issues with her. Her even having an angle with Becky shows that there's no issue. She didn't mean to punch a lady in the face. And again, we've seen a lot of injuries. We've seen a lot of botches. And Nia Jax, I mean, is plenty fine as far as what she can do in the ring, what she does as an imposing heel. And I like it.
I think she's great in the ring. It's great to look at, respectfully. I think she's very much fixed up what little bit she needed to fix up in her game. Obviously, everybody initially speculated of she was just botch machine before, like she was, but since we've seen nothing but good matches and honestly even a bit of good promos coming out of her. So I think she's reached the potential that WWE saw in her initially.
Yeah. And she's definitely lost a lot of weight.
Speaking of losing weight.
All right. I just effectively lost 200 plus. Let's go. CM Punk bag in the build. Yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to do that, J-Boy. I think they're just going to act like AEW never happened. It's kind of like CM Punk had a fling, right? Like that was the time that Punk went slumming, and now he's back, and we don't mention it. We don't talk about the time that Daddy went missing. Failed cash-in incoming. I hope it's not a failed cash-in. I really don't. I really don't want to see Damian fail to get that cash-in. As I got Shayna, I got Nia. What are you taking in this match, folks? What is your prediction? Who do you got? KJ, Big Nick, 1 month left until Raw no longer faces NFL. Obviously, it's been a tough year. It's taken a hit. The last 2 weeks, the show has washed away that repetitive stigma. But can they regain people's trust? Yeah, I think so. And again, it's like anything else. And we've watched over the decades, WWE goes through ebbs and flows, just like anything else. And they've had their down times, but when they start cooking, the fans come back. It's just always the way it's been. And yeah, if they keep putting on good shows and you keep tacking on talent, and I know people want to debate whether or not CM Punk's worth it, but when it comes to eyes on your product, you look at Roman, you look at Punk, you look at Logan Paul, then you look at the mainstays like a Sami, a Seth, a Jay. It's really, really filling up in talent-wise. So, yeah, I think over time, and again, you'll always compete against Monday Night Football, but maybe one day, maybe it's a pipe dream, but once upon a time, they pulled in better numbers than Monday Night Football. Maybe they get back to it. As Shayna trying to go over the rope, but Nia having none of it. Punk versus Nakamura at Mania, book it. Mark, I don't know. I think Punk, it all depends on how Nakamura plays out. I mean, I do eventually think that Cody is going to vanquish Nakamura as another chapter in his book, but Punk versus Nakamura would work. I think they got bigger aspirations for Punk, though. No offense to Nakamura. Sami definitely winning the Rumble and getting revenge on Drew at Mania. Drew versus Sami. That'd be interesting. Richard, I mean, I could buy into some of that. Again, the one thing you got to caution, though, with so much talent on the roster, Drew versus Sami for the world title at Mania, does that have the selling power of some of the other potential matchups? That's the only thing I would consider. As Shayna throwing Nia into, why do I want to call her Nyla? Nia into the pole. You heard me. I'm tired of these year-long title reigns. I don't mind a Gunther title reign where he really puts some respect on that IC title. I have no issue with that. I have no issue with Roman Reigns having an extended title run. Seth having a good run. But there does have to be some excitement. I think as sports fans, we all tune in for those moments, those surprise upsets. Hello, Green Bay, KC last night. That type of feel to it. That's what you're looking for. And I think when it's really hard to keep it relevant for so long. I think they've done a good job in a lot of regards. I think my patience is starting to wear a little thin with Roman just because he lacks presence. And I think Boston said it earlier that, you can have Punk wrestle. I don't expect Punk to wrestle once a week. I don't expect to see Punk in matches with Tozawa or, up and coming young talent to prove a point. But I want him to have a presence. your big names, your needle movers have to have a presence on your show. And I think that's what lacks with Roman Reigns right now is a presence. Drew just took out Sami. Yes, he did. Break number 4. I think we're back in 5 now. Lots of commercials. Why did he do that? He should have just made him lose, and then he could have attacked him. I think he did all of the above, Paul. Dun, dun, dun. I think we got some of those ones. Got that one. Sami definitely winning Rumble. Got that one. Jay has a connection with the fans. Hangman doesn't. And that, to me, is the biggest difference, right? Like, I know Nick had posed the question. I think if Jay won the belt, the crowd would go insane. I think when he came out with the belt, the crowd would lose their mind. He's got the crowd in the palm of his hands. They love his entrance. He's good with the mic. He's great in the ring. There's a lot of potential angles. There's lots of potential suitors to take him on. I think there's nothing wrong with that. And Hangman, just again, Hangman's a little bland, a little, spent too much time being sad. And he's not, a badass, in my humble opinion. He doesn't come off like a badass. He comes off as a guy that, if you bumped elbows in the bar, he'd buy you a drink and say sorry. Like, he doesn't strike me as that guy. And I think that was the biggest issue with Hangman. And then beyond that, it's all in how you book it. And for me, Hangman, his storylines weren't good. And I think partly because you had the issues with connecting with the fans. You had some of the side issues, even when you're trying to have him and Punk, you got him going off script. There's static there. There's uncomfortable. Punk doesn't even want to get in the ring. Like, we'll see. We'll see. I think Jay would do a much better job than Hangman. Let's all make peace with the fact that Ryback is on his way back to WWE. He's coming and he's going after Roman Reigns' belt. That's the only possible. Ryback will never be in a WWE ring ever again. Ryback won't be in an AEW ring. Ryback won't be in an Impact Wrestling ring. Ryback won't be in anybody got some suggestions? A New Japan ring? Ryback won't be in a fucking ring commercial. Ryback, the closest thing Ryback's getting to a ring is an onion ring. And that's it. I mean, Ryback is not coming back to wrestling anytime soon. Nobody wants him back. If he came back and had any substance or any substantial push, people would turn him off. Nobody wants to see Ryback. Nobody cares about Ryback. Sorry, Ryback. You suck. Your opinions suck. Your attitude sucks. And have a great life sitting on the internet just trolling the job that you retired from, that you don't really have, and that you haven't participated in quite some time. Jay feels world title worthy now. I agree with that. I like that take, and I do agree with that. Judgment Day will interfere in the main event, quite possible. And again, there's still that potential of Drew McIntyre lurking. I got this weird feeling that Drew might put a lot of people on notice, but they are reminding us right now that Cody Rhodes will be here tonight. He's supposed to address Nakamura, so that will be interesting. And funny, all the rumors, all the speculation. Who is Nakamura talking about? How do you guys feel that it ended up being Cody Rhodes? As Nia just chucking Shayna into the ring post. I predict Zayn is going to be out for at least 3 months. Wow, okay. They're going to write him off for that long? Interesting. I don't see Sami missing the Rumble. Maybe he's out till the Rumble, and his return's a big surprise. Maybe Sami's the reason Drew doesn't win the Rumble. Maybe Drew's down, it's getting late. Sami makes his return at 28, 29, 30. And Sami might not win the Rumble, but if Sami takes out Drew, at least you kind of already laid that groundwork. Damian Priest is walking out of Raw. Yeah, Boston, bold. I'll take it. I'll be happy. I've been champion for a long time about Damian cashing that belt in and being world champion. I thought maybe they could do it at War Games. Instead, they just teased us a little. So, yeah, I'm really curious to see what they could do. If they can bring it that way, that would be excellent. I would be super happy. I don't want to see him fail. So, and I don't see him obviously going after Roman anytime soon. It's Sami's big toe. Out of all the people that have won the AEW title, Hangman Page feels like he won it because he was part of his contract. I don't know if it was part of his contract, and I know, it feels that way, but there was that long-standing public story that Tony Khan had a 2-year plan, and that part of that plan was it was going to lead to Adam Page being champion. Then we thought, with Punk and then the whole Punk situation, things. I think that's when the booking got thrown off. I think really that Tony had a substantial amount of booking planned out, and it just never came to be. But I think it was one of those cases of Tony didn't read the writing on the wall, didn't read the tea leaves, if you will, and just kind of ran whatever he had, fantasy booked 2 years prior. Oh, Nia ran into the corner for no reason. I guess Shayna moved, but not really. Gunther has long since surpassed Mandy Rose, 413 days as NXT Women's Champion, a third longest title reign in 2021. Absolutely. Plus, he's, Gunther's at the point now where he is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever. So why not look for plan B? Why not look like, again, you set the record, you moved on. What else can he do as the mid-card champion? I think he's ready to really push the issue. And Gunther chasing around Jey Uso, not a terrible shout. Gunther chasing down Seth isn't bad either. But I think he's a very formidable heel. And Gunther being world champion and just eating baby faces alive, pause. But that is definitely something that I think could work. Nia greater than. Oh. Big kick by Shayna and then pancake by Nia. Got that one. Nia Jax helped make Becky a superstar. Oh, yeah, you're not wrong about that at all, my guy. Again, that whole moment, and you kind of need those moments in wrestling where, Austin, the whole thing with Brett, the bleeding, the passing out, that really cemented Austin as something that was going to matter long term. And the same thing with Nia and Becky. Does Becky become the man? Does Becky become this iconic figure? At the time, the man was not just the best women's wrestler. She was the biggest wrestler in the business, period. And I think if she didn't get her face broken, might not have happened. Might not have happened. And you guys can tell me if you think otherwise. But I agree with that, MDB. Like that visual of her standing in the crowd with her face, where her face just gushing all over it. To me, that helped solidify her as what she ended up becoming. It helped build the whole, the comeback story. If she never got broke, she wouldn't have had that comeback story. She wouldn't have had the need to have that comeback story. So, yeah, kudos. And again, Nia Jax wasn't a bad worker because she punched Becky in the face. Nia Jax didn't, purposely try and take out a fellow coworker. They were in a melee. She was throwing. And the problem is, if you are a bigger human being and you hit a smaller human being, sometimes you leave dents. And that's what Nia did. She connected and outright pancaked Becky's face as Shayna just holding on to Nia, who's slowly getting to her feet. Bang. Nobody else on Raw looks like Drew. It's fact. With Drew interfere tonight with Seth, retains. I think that's a possibility, Bobby. That and maybe it leads to some type of triple threat. I hope not. But this does feel like this could be Drew's night. You kind of put a spotlight on Drew. Drew fully commits to being a heel, not in between, but totally in the heel mode. You saw him show a little flair as 1, 2, 3. The bonsai drop takes out Shayna Baszler. Speaking of the bonsai drop,
I was gonna say, do I come back on the bonsai drop? Is that what I am? The bonsai drop. But does
really
Drew?
Good match.
Oh yeah, but does Drew come back and him costing Seth or vice versa or anything that end up being the distraction that Damian cashes in?
Maybe. That would. Oh, Becky Lynch.
Oh,
Interesting. Hello,
governor. But I think that there's very much I like even with if Drew gets involved and we get a no contest, we get a distraction and everything like that. I think a lot of these feuds right now are going to be not exactly finishing off. We're going to be setting towards Royal Rumble. We're going to have a lot of intertwining stories throughout the Rumble matches.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I think it was funny because we talked about this already, Nick, of people going like, WWE is going to be building till Rumble. Yeah, no shit. Like, that's the plan.
That tends to be when you have a big show, what you do is build towards it.
Yeah. And they have
Is
nothing.
That so foreign in wrestling at this day and age that people build to shows?
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a huge show down in Florida. Big event. We're going to Tony's backyard. And
well, I was going to mention, does Tony count this as a win because you have the Jaguars on Monday Night Football for the first time in 12 years, and they would be disrupting Monday Night Raw's ratings. So does he count Monday Night Football's ratings as his ratings?
It'd be funny if I went the other way and the Monday Night Raw beat Monday Night Football.
Oh, my God.
Hey, whatever Tony needs to make himself feel good, have at her, sir.
Right,
As I'm getting the reminder of Punk.
The reminder to where we our heart almost stopped because we thought we were about to be on Monday Night Raw.
Well, I mean, we knew our reaction was probably one of the better ones out there, just saying.
Yeah, you can have it.
Right? We didn't just sit there and stare. We kind of got into it.
Right. Jake saying, what do you guys think of Nia's? Oops, sorry, I just joined.
What's up, Jake?
Right. Appreciate you. But no, I think she's done better than what a lot of people expected on her coming back. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think she's fine. I think she's a great heel. I think she adds an element. And again, if you have a rivalry between her and Becky, she is great to get baby faces over. She did it in NXT for a long time of Bayley and Becky and, Alexa Bliss and Asuka. Like, Nia was I hate to say it this way, Nia was the mountain they all had to climb to get to the next level.
Well, she does have some curves on that windy road here. But yeah, well, even like you said, if it wasn't for her with right hand, we don't have the man Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm. And that came up while you were on your break.
Yeah, I saw that. But that's the thing is, even when she wasn't, 5-star match Nia Jax, she was still getting people over. She was still helping build up stories. And now, if the work rate is better, I think it's nothing but an advantage.
Yeah, I think she's fine. And again, she fits in really well with Raquel and Rhea and these big, strong women. You got Valhalla kicking around that can go if they put her in a match once in a while. There is options.
Nia Jax seems like a more credible threat to Rhea than Liv Morgan. I will say that.
100%. And people are going to go crazy when Liv comes back. And I love Liv. How can you not? I mean, holy shit. But at the end of the day, I mean, who's more likely to have a big, strong competitive match? Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, or Nia Jax? Well, Nia Jax is a bigger threat. Rhea could basically pick up Alexa and beat Liv with her.
Right. As I've got DIY backstage with Candice and Indy.
Yeah, looking all types of minty.
Candice constantly looks like she should be like a character in like a fucking Zelda game. Imperium is is head and shoulders, not the shampoo, taller than everybody else in this whole fucking segment.
I mean, again, Eichner and Ludwig are great. They look great. They are talented. I'm excited for tonight because this is a chance just to give us a really insane match as DIY on the way out.
Like I said, it very much gives me that NXT takeover kind of vibes. And yes, I agree with this. Indy, respectfully. Yeah. Speaking of mountains, I'll climb that one.
Yeah, that's a tall tree. They need to change the
I gotta watch out for Dexter. I hate this fucking DIY entrance, by the way.
You wrote this song.
And made this video package. Like, I almost feel like everyone's either booing or just meh, because this is terrible.
The inspirational team of DIY. Okay.
Make them
I hate this entrance song. I hate it.
badass wrestlers that they were, not just. Michael Cole calling them the inspirational tag team DIY is just a burial without being a burial. Like, ugh.
Well, if they're going to be inspirational, they got to win, and they haven't done much of that, so that's part of the issue.
Yeah, but calling them inspirational with that theme song and everything, they look like the fucking Johnny Do-Good that you want to see get their ass beat because they're just getting goody two-shoes the whole time.
They come off.
Not these badass wrestlers, not the fucking No One Can Survive with Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
The Sicilian Psychopath, Miss Johnny Wrestling. Gone are the days of Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, they got to come out with some bad DIY. What the? Get out of here.
Creed would have been better.
I agree. I'll agree. I'm in love with Indy.
Indianapolis Jones. You're a big Indianapolis Jones fan trying to find that buried treasure.
Right. Where's Dexter? Where is Dexter? I don't know, man.
Laboratory.
Right? I mean, if they got to come up with something to do with Dexter.
Is he the next on I don't want to say it out loud, but is he on the next on the chopping block of guys that they brought back, thought they could do something with? Maybe more have just got the buzz because they brought them back and then they have fuck and all to do with them. So thanks for playing.
Maybe. And yeah, there's potential there if you're not going to utilize him. Yeah, let him go. Maybe he can go to
We've seen more of Hit Row than we have of Dexter Lumis.
Yeah, for sure. And when he did come back, it was stupid. He was hanging out with The Miz. There's a lot there. I mean, even if you took a Dexter and took another guy that you're not booking very well, and somehow Dexter and Karrion Kross were working together in that very creepy, maniacal, dark tag team that's sinister, I can get behind that. I think Sam Shaw is outstanding, and I think he's being underutilized.
That could work, but you've got him tied up with DIY, with Candice, with The Way, with Indy, everything like that. And like you said, you just did the DDP on Sarah Stalker gimmick, just the great value version of it when it came to The Miz of this man came out of the gate flatter than a fucking doornail.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. And then they just kind of lost him. So, yeah, I don't know where Mr. Lumis is, but I'd like to see him return, even if he goes down to NXT and spend some time there kicking some ass and taking some names. Right. I'm okay with that.
Have him just be the fucking spooky guy that just shows up and just attacks Dom through in the fucking middle of nowhere and just creeps up on him and takes him out. Or maybe he pairs up with Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy ain't doing shit.
Dexter chasing around a Dom Mysterio? That to me works. That to me sounds like that works well because Dom's such a chicken shit. Perfect.
Right. There we go. Book it. Again, Hunter, Tony, anybody, Billy Corgan. We're not going to do the fucking James Mitchell spot, but all of our socials for booking and everything like that. If you want us on your staff, it's all down below. Or if you just want to be a friend of the channel, everything like that. If you want to help support the channel, all of our socials are in all of the links below. We got the TikToks, the merch store. We got anything and everything.
Apparently, they had to scrap the whole Yeet thing because of copyright issue. I have not heard that story.
Who copyrighted Yeet?
How can you copyright? Yeet cannot be copyrighted, can it?
It's a sound. How do you copyright a sound?
Oh, I'm curious, AJ. I have not seen that, so by all means, send over the source on that one.
That was Tony's petty ass move that he just copyrighted Yeet.
Right. Loomis is the double, DIY for the win. Where is Dexter? We got that one, DIY. And one of my favorite entrances in wrestling.
Yeah, I almost want to take Imperium just because, boy, howdy, do they look like Team Jobber right now in his DIY, respectfully.
Right. Oh, it's like defended at pay-per-views. Okay, LOL. Anthony, welcome. How are you doing, sir? How was the hat tonight? The hat attack is back, Jack.
Right.
Oh, that's it. I just noticed them still.
Oh, yes. No. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Man's out here already just talking shit.
There you go. He's just like, I'm retaining this shit like a mother. You're defending your belt like Roman Reigns right now, sir.
You're right. You ain't defending it, and you're still.
His title will be on the line, Ringsider, if you want to know. This Saturday, that belt going on the line.
For NXT Deadline. This is the 2 out of 3 falls match we're in the first quarter hours when it'll really kick off. Surprised we didn't kick off already hour with it.
Now remember, folks, 2 out of 3 falls, DIY, Imperium. And right now, Tripp seems pretty hell-bent on putting wrestling matches on Mondays. I'll give him that.
He's like, well, I got 3 hours to fill, so I might as well put some matches on that are going to have some time behind it.
Yeah. Novel idea.
Yeah. Amazing.
Who's getting
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, who's getting CM Punk shirt for Christmas? Tony Khan. From me.
Could you imagine so many people are going to just send that, man? Side note, you fucked up. Fear for your life now. Cry Me a River is going to be the #1 fucking Christmas note to Tony Khan.
All right. Now, Boston's saying that Punk will be signing with one of Raw or SmackDown. I did not catch that. So that's very interesting, Boston. And my inclination, I guess I imagine you feel the same. He will be signing with Raw.
Oh, I would agree with that, but I'm still saying I haven't confirmed that. So if someone can confirm that for us, I'd appreciate it.
Touchdown, Jags!
And Tony Khan celebrating his one moral victory.
Right.
Yeah, I've got DIY or not DIY getting Imperium winning this. Do they win 2 falls to none?
Oh my God.
I've got Giovanni and Tommaso Ciampa right now in the ring.
Did you get the crossbody?
Yeah.
You get the replay for the crossbody?
I'll let you know when I get there. I'm getting the replay right now. Starting to replay crossbody.
There we go. No cheer at all. Yeah, the crowd pretty fucking lukewarm for DIY, guys.
Yeah.
Are they just the guys that are they kind of typecasted, pigeonholed at this point of like if they go back to NXT, people go crazy for them, but they're not quite main roster guys?
No, it's how you haven't presented them because Tommaso Ciampa was a main roster guy until you put him with Miz. And then when you had him kind of come out of it for a little bit and he went back to the no one can survive. You had at least main roster mid-card Tommaso Ciampa. Ever since he's been side saddled with Johnny Gargano again. And again, like I said, the detour he took with Miz, they just don't want to book these guys right. I don't know what it is. They can book them phenomenally on NXT, but when it comes to the main roster, they just lose their fucking minds. They lose all sense of direction.
Fair enough. And again, I wonder if it's partly because now they're in the rings with other teams that are more inclined to get put over.
But make them just a fucking badass technical team. Like that's the thing. You don't have to have them be world beaters. Just make them seem serious.
Yeah, and make them unlikely winners. Inzaguri just rushed off.
Even if they don't win, it makes at least make them seem like no matter what, you're in for a goddamn fight with these two. The only reason we think you're in for a fight is because we watched them before. If you're brand new, you turn this on and you're seeing DIY for the first time, these two look like fucking jabronis.
Right. I just saw, where did AJ say? He said that yeet is a meme. Can you wait, other people can't say yeet because a meme?
No, I think he was saying that it's a meme. So like, how do you copyright a meme?
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's such a common like fair use type thing. How do you copyright that?
Right? DIY.
Oh, slingshot spear from Gargano onto Ludwig. Now, granted, they could make us eat their eat our words if DIY comes out here and has a fantastic fucking barn burner of a match, but presentation wise, a little to go off of.
1-0.
That was a fucking pin. I thought he kicked out.
Grab the tights, and we got Johnny not stopping.
Now I got Johnny with the rolling senton. Crossbody from Ciampa. So yeah, Imperium up 1-0 after the most devastating move in pro wrestling, the surprise roll up. Oh, we're gonna get the little clap spot.
We're going to commercial break with a little clap spot. A little bit of a cheer for that. Relatively lukewarm.
Because that's what you do when you're down 1-0. You could sit there and take time out when you've got your opponents on the ropes to just sit there and have a good clap. Pat yourselves on the back for taking a pinfall.
Fair enough. We all yeet with a little yeeting help from our friends. Big yeety, men slapping yeet.
I like how we're going. We now just need like a yeet shirt or something.
Well, apparently it's copyrighted. We got to be careful. I can't.
I'm still waiting for my, wrestling rules, everything around.
Working around that W, my guy.
Yeah.
Looks like yeet is a registered trademark on a video game or app. Interesting.
Yeah, seriously.
I still don't think you can, maybe you can't produce shirts that say yeet then?
You should be able to say it. Like if you copyrighted like LOL.
Yeah, right?
Right, like, fuck is we doing? Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't have a trademark on flag. Right.
How did Ciampa and Gargano get a goofy name DIY? They gave it to themselves. They did.
They did it. They did it yourself. What?
Trademark on a pole match. We have enough pole matches for one lifetime.
Yeet on a pole match. What in the name of Vince Russo?
That sounds even worse, actually.
Barry Horowitz, pat on the back.
There you go.
Marverin? I feel like I want to almost call you Margarine or Maven. One of the two.
What's up, Marvin?
Yeah, I don't like them celebrating after losing a pin and their two opponents on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Mm-hmm. They took the commercial spot for what it is. Trying to get the crowd awake. I mean, again, not the best optics.
To do that to the audience, we don't need to see that. If I'm watching this, I want to see you firing up, and then we cut to commercial break. Oh, it's turning into fucking chaos here. Not.
Yeah. Right. They got pinned. Why celebrate? 100%. You think you'd be more urgent?
Right.
That's what we do.
Wait, is that trademarked?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It is. We don't know.
If anyone interested in Barmageddon tonight, it's Jelly Belly and Gabriel Iglesias.
Put some respect on Jelly Roll's name.
Yeah, what the fuck? Gabriel Iglesias. There's quite the mix.
I'd be almost down to watch that. Fluffy and Jelly Roll.
You be careful. Fucking
watch
Gabriel
out for our truth.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Yeet on a pole. While we wait for commercial, what did you guys think of GTA 6 trailer? I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I have not watched it yet. I know it got leaked. I haven't watched it yet, as I guess KJ's going to look for it. But I know it got leaked, and I think that's more of the issue that I have with it. Even without watching it, I don't like that it got leaked. Like, we've all been waiting for this. Like, the devs and everything for the game clearly put some fucking time in this. They were making a big thing out of it, and it got leaked like right before they were about to do it. That's kind of a dick fucking move.
Yeah, what the fuck? No, that's the problem with this. A big part of what we're dealing with in this world.
Old man yells at cloud.
Nothing's sacred anymore. Nothing's a surprise. Everybody, you got kids out there, Googling when the jump spots in a scary movie are. Then what the fuck's the point?
It's the same thing. Like, if the dirt sheets were right about Punk, if they ruined that Punk was going to show up
Mhm.
and he'll be here, da 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 da,
Mhm.
it takes the thunder out of everything.
Mhm.
Leaking what everyone was excited about, you take the thunder out of what everyone was looking forward to.
Yeah, it's what they've done to. I think that's what's a big thing that's hurt AEW is nothing's a secret. So even when they do have something cool, we knew, like, we speculated it could be Osprey, but by the time we got to the show, we knew it was Osprey.
Right.
Everybody made sure we knew.
Oh yeah, 100%. Cindy, what up?
What's up, Cindy?
Now all I can think of is Cyndi Lauper. As I've got.
It's facts.
Oop, they were setting up for a pile driver.
Roll up.
I don't like that. That was fun.
So we're one roll up each, folks. One roll up each.
As Johnny Gargano gets the roll up on Vinci, as Ludwig gets caught up in an ankle lock.
Ciampa going to work.
Now, I don't know how you feel. Unless this last fall here is a barn burner, I haven't liked this match. I thought way higher of this match.
I agree with you. Feels like going through the motions, especially the first two falls being what they were.
Yeah, very quick falls. Like, you could have theoretically, I know we've still got other stuff on the card and everything, but you could have had this match take at least a half hour, 45 minutes. I dare say an hour, but you also have other stuff on the show, but you could have had this at least take a half hour. I feel like this is barely going to take 15 minutes.
Yeah. And we've gone through a couple commercials, but nice move by Johnny and
Ciampa.
Johnny and Ciampa. That was nice.
Yeah, little assisted back body drop.
Now that I get Imperium getting the first fall, let's see DIY can tie it up. Well, that clearly they did. There you go.
Right.
In his laboratory. He's painting pictures. Painting pictures.
Tony, get out of my laboratory. Tony, get out of my laboratory.
AEW did a 2 out of 3 falls match, and so of course WWE does one. Copycats. Fact.
That's why we're going to have a tournament for U.S. title just as soon as shortly after the Continental Classic gets announced.
Right.
Oh, powerbomb. Johnny fighting back. Hurricane Rana.
Oh, no.
Ludwig eats the elbow.
I got Kaiser with a huge kick.
I got him rolling through the Death Valley driver. Just got the kick now.
All right, we get a tag to Eichner, who's up on the top.
Oh, springboard moonsault from Fabian Eichner. Yeah. Giovanni Vinci. I forgot his actual original wrestling name because
it'll always be Eichner to
Giovanni. A good paisan
there. Sasha Banks teasing a WWE return. Not only Sasha, we also have Bailey hinting at it. It's very interesting.
Well, you've also got SI talking about Okada and where he could go in 2024.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
You're in the minority, I feel, with that.
I think the vast majority of the people in the building right now would be like, who? Who's that? Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
That moonsault was nice AF. Yes, it was.
Fabian Eichner is a hell of a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Big mood.
Oh, shit. Big kick.
Oh, reverses the powerbomb into a DDT. Everybody down. See, this is, you got to get me back into this match here. We're down to the last fall. You got to make this getting a barn burner now.
I'm on a roll. I knew. Yeah, well, good job. Good job.
You had better odds than Scott Steiner beating Samoa Joe at Sacrifice.
Right.
As we're getting into This Is Awesome, Chan. I don't know if I agree with that quite, but
it's an awesome sequence. I'll give him that.
Well, that's why that chant died out real quick.
More tags.
I got Ciampa and Ludwig going up top. Air raid crash from the middle rope, Brett's rope.
Oh.
To go for the fucking pin.
Wait,
as he tags in Johnny.
Oh, they're calling for it. I wish it wasn't.
Yeah. As Giovanni drags out Ciampa.
Yes.
Who eats the ring steps. Oh, roll through. Oh, don't tell me this rolls. I was going to say, don't tell me this match ends on 3 straight fucking rolls.
That'd be amazing. Like, amazingly.
I'll throw my hat and. Yeah.
Oh, blind tag.
Big boot.
Ludwig about to take this loss.
Right. Oh.
And there it is.
1, 2, 3.
And the winners. DIY picks up a 2 out of 3 falls win, folks.
There
you go. There you go.
I don't know how you feel about the match. I still
not bad. Like it was okay. The little compact, a little short. But overall, I thought the third fall was kind of fun. I think they could have just done the third fall, but again, Imperium continues to lose and have issues, and I don't love it.
I would have rather seen the third fall as a regular tag team match, and then you build to 2 out of 3 falls at a pay-per-view. Now, where do you go past this? You already had the 2 out of 3 falls. That wasn't great. It was meh. The first 2 falls didn't mean fuck. That third fall, like I said, to me should have been the match.
Yeah, they could have just had that third fall, but we got the tag champs talking to Tegan and Natty backstage.
Right. Now they should pat their back. It's Chelsea Green. Yeah, and Lady Jeff Hardy and Tegan here. Why is Natalya just constantly massaging Tegan Knox? Like, you already do enough kind of awkwardly sensual shit with your sister on Only Smarks. We don't need to see this on Raw. Has this been the best Piper Niven since she's been in WWE?
Sorry, I was just distracted. Piper's awesome. She's great with Chelsea. Chelsea's been outstanding. Trying to figure out when the WWE signed Howard the Duck to a contract, but good to know. We're gonna rock, man.
Yeah.
3-0
by the window.
AJ saying it's a win for DIY and the crowd enjoyed the action. I can accept that.
Yeah, it was average.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't by all means a barn burner by any stretch. No. Oh, Karrion Kross comes back tomorrow or Friday.
Let's go.
And CM Punk on the commercial.
Piper Niven, aka Lil P.
Dewey.
I still hate that.
Dewey in my
Screw
heart.
you, Dewey. Walk hard. Chelsea Green should stay with the Poison Ivy look, yeah, rather than blow up doll look. Chelsea doing a good job being the mouthpiece for the group. That's one way to put it. Chelsea got that one, but so you got my guy?
Yep.
Okay. Ronan Gunther is going to chest chop Kaiser until his chest is bright red like Christmas lights. It's oddly specific, sir.
I'm in. Let's go.
Commercial break.
What are we at? Are we at 8, 9? Like, I feel like every 4 minutes there's a fucking commercial.
Yeah. I want to say 6, but I feel like I know I probably missed a few because of being on a pause here.
This is funny. Didn't Orton do one of those? That's Nick's favorite movie, right?
No.
The Marine.
Yeah, but so the Miz did the first two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cena actually did the first two.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I had it backwards. Cena did the first two. Rainey did one, and then the whole rest have been the Miz.
Right? Wait, I thought Mox did one. Or did he do
No.
something else? Oh, did Mox do the sequel to 12 Rounds?
Did he? I know Hunter had the chaperone. I think Ziggler, Kane, and Miro were all in one. I can't remember the name of it.
I didn't think you said Kane. I thought you said Kane. It had a different context.
No, you're good. Yeah, don't think about that. Was the Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin under WWE Studios? That's something we need to do. We've talked about the Ready to Rumble. Maybe we need to find and go through like the actual like WWE Studios movies. We'll do Mystery Science Theater with Ready to Rumble, and then like all of the Marine movies and all that.
Santa's Little Helper on tap. Let's go.
Rainey Orton was in the sequel to 12 Rounds. So there
you go. So I got it backwards. But what one?
Rainey couldn't do the Marine because he was dishonorably discharged.
Facts.
And they would have raised a fucking stink about it. So that's why. That's why I remember.
Fair enough.
No, I think what we need to do for Christmas or around the holiday season, we need to do one for it's Turbo Time. Yeah. Jingle all the way.
Maybe.
Hey, it's wrestling. It has the Big Show in it. It has
the Big Show in it. And a Hall of Famer, and a WWE Hall of Famer.
Right.
Veer is on his way to Raw. He veered the wrong way.
Right. Jimmy the King. Commercial break, either 5 or 6.
Most vapes.
Oh, I forgot Ted DiBiase Jr. Did it. He was the one that did a Marine movie.
That's right. I swear to God, Moxley was in one of them. One of the WWE studio movies. Maybe I'm crazy.
The fact checkers let us know what if John Moxley was in a WWE Studios movie, as we got just random factoids about Raquel because we can't get her over on TV, so we've got to just bring up her like guts. Do you have it?
She's bilingual. Shocker.
No shit. She's tall. No shit.
I will rule you.
As we're getting, I believe we're setting up for the Creed brothers versus Dominik and JD McFunko.
Yeah. Okay. They're giving us a little reminder that, look at the Creeds squatting the New Day.
Awkward.
Mox in 12 rounds. There you go. Everyone in fucking 12 rounds. How many 12 rounds?
Apparently. 12 rounds 3. I didn't even know there was a 12 rounds 3.
There you go.
Oh, so shush. But so this is your tag team division one on top of what we just saw with DIY and Imperium. You've got the Creed brothers, you've got the New Day, you've got Alpha Academy. You have Judgment Day holding both belts right now. So yeah, Monday Night Raw's tag division is not without depth.
I want that gorilla t-shirt.
I'm sure you could find it for $5 at like Walmart.
Let's go.
I hate that with Chad Gable. Tozawa assume the position with all of the eye rolls.
Maxine Dupuis is squatting Tozawa, and Tozawa's making a face as if he's being squatted.
Our truth. Let's go.
Yes,
that's the comedy I want. To hell with your Tozawa. Give me Ron Killings on my television. Even though he took out he's got the static television. Man's got a fat back that you haven't seen since 1999.
Mm-hmm. But he keeps messing with the Judgment Day. Like, is this going to turn into a Damian R-Truth match? Or an R-Truth GD?
R-Truth was the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm speaking into existence. I'll get out of our clubhouse. R-Truth is the gift to pro wrestling that just keeps on giving. This man has been fucking the glue that somehow has bound everything together. Think about it. This man's been in every fucking company almost throughout multiple decades. He's damn near the Stan Lee of pro wrestling to an extent. Just shows up anywhere and is a fucking spotlight anytime he shows up.
Yeah. Instantly makes you smile. I don't care what he's doing.
Right.
Damian sending the boys out like the leader.
Yeah, because Rhea ain't there.
No Finn, no Rhea, no TV apparently.
Yeah, again though, when's the last time you saw Fatback TV like that?
Yeah, what the Oh, the Gunners are in the house.
I was gonna say, wait, they rang the bell during the fucking cheerleaders coming out shooting off the fucking t-shirt cannon.
Chance and Carter, the world's smallest tag team, coming to the ring.
I was gonna say, sounds like what you see on the fucking business card for an exotic club. Chance and Carter. As we've got them taking on Tegan Knox and Natalya. So let us know who you're taking. I think the Rave Rules there of Carter and Chance have the most chemistry as being a tag team. I think they were NXT women's tag team champions at one point versus Tegan and Natalya. They're more established stars, but they haven't been a team too much.
It's true. They're not really a cohesive unit. Natty's, I think, set the record for most tag team partners. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that we haven't seen much of in Chance and Carter is they have an outstanding chemistry. They have really, really good offense. Again, I don't know. I kind of felt like they could have stayed in NXT longer. Like, they're not really doing anything here. We don't really think they're a threat.
They're in the same wheelbarrow, I guess I'll put it that way, as Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. You were doing really great in NXT, and you moved to the main roster, and you just disappeared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just vanish. You just get swallowed, and it's, what are you going to do? Where do you go? How do you become relevant? And sometimes, and I think that's kind of what we'll see if they can turn it around. But that's kind of what I felt like what happened with DIY was you brought them in, and then they go so long not doing anything. When you try to do something, they're not really getting the response you're hoping for.
Yeah, well, they also just haven't been on TV at all. So I think it's more of you gave up the momentum they had to just try and reestablish them on the main roster, and it's not working out the gate because there hasn't been any consistency.
Yeah, there needs to be some more consistency for sure.
Right. Carter and Chance for the win. How no more day one PLA? What? English doing are you how? Tegan and Natalya for the win. Carter and Chance for the win. Chance was in Ninja Warriors. Yes, she was. She had that infamous spot when she was Casey Catanzaro when it was her first women's rumble to where she fucking Warrior Games, climbed up the fucking ring post back into the ring.
Yeah, I expect her to be in this year. She'll become like the women's Kofi Kingston. Though I feel like Kofi over the last couple of years is starting to show his age, where we've had a couple botched eliminations because he was, oh shit, I can't make that jump anymore. It's easier.
Yeah, right. There's been a few stumbly, fumbly, bumblies now. Now he can trade off the Kofi Kingston spot.
Right. But we're back in commercial. I feel like that's been the trend tonight. A lot of commercials.
Well, it's been a lot of here's a thing, here's a commercial. Here's the thing, here's a commercial.
Yeah. I just feel like they're coming hot and heavy. Making up for the one out, commercial free last week. We'll get you back.
Yeah. The past couple of weeks have been very much loose-lipped here on the commercials, as I'm getting a shout out for WWE's presence at the Big 12 Championship, which you had Undertaker presenting the WWE Big 12 Championship to Clinton Ewers of Texas. You had Jade Cargill giving the belt to Nelly, which you can see that on our channel. After his halftime performance, I've still seen the clip going around of Samantha Johnson and Jade just being a whole vibe on the sidelines. Speaking of being vibes on the sidelines, I got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven at the commentary table. And like, I like Chelsea Green, but to me, I'm just vibing 100% with Piper Niven. I am just fully about everything with her. I think she's got the potential to be a breakout future women's world champion. As I've got Tegan and Natalya coming out right now. So let me know who you're taking, folks, whether you're taking Chance and Carter, Chance Encounter versus Natalya and Tegan. Jesus Christ, fucking Tegan coming out here looking like a goddamn gumdrop. Speaking of which, we got Dewdrop at ringside here. But yeah, she's trying to do the Bret Hart. I put my glasses on the kid. Yeah, Tegan's out here looking like fucking Hubba Bubba blue raspberry cotton candy fucking bubblegum with this outfit. Tegan and Natalya for the win. Jade looking fire. Yeah, how you doing? MD Imagine Taker training Jade. I don't want to really think about that. I think the most that I've heard about Taker being involved with any sort of coaching or anything is working with the big guys like Bronson Reed, with Omos. Think about it. Undertaker was the best agile big man in the business for 30 plus years. So there's somebody to sit under the fucking learning tree with. That's a guy to do it with. But I've got Tegan and Carter kicking off right now. As I've got a obvious blind tag into Natalya. Natalya. Yeah, that's how they always get you. Every time you hear Natalya's music, you're expecting Brett to show up, and it's just getting Natalya. 5-star match incoming. Maybe with the Seth versus Jay match that we've got later tonight. As I've got Natalya. Oh, fires up into the Ultimate Warrior, like power slam, gorilla press there. Now, why didn't we just keep Natalya and Dana Brooke as a tag team? Why do we have Tegan involved in this? Tegan, I thought, was supposed to be going more as a singles competitor. Just saying. And especially since Dana Brooke is doing next to nothing. Casey Catanzaro landed a little high there, I think, on Natalya, like just straight, like shins on like vocal cords. Knox wins, forget Natty. Ouch, Natty takes a knee. Yeah, that was like right on the throat there. A little high. Tag into Carter. Tegan Hashi 6'9". Yeah, she does a little bit look like Takeshi. At least she ain't snitching, though. Tuck that shit. Nah, that spot wasn't even calling for that. And even then, it's so interesting. I've heard everybody talk about when they take the Styles Clash, you have to do the exact opposite of you have to like extend your out instead of tucking it. I'm shocked Natty isn't wearing a bodysuit. Well, I mean, You can only act like in Britney Spears in the music video so many times. She can only be Catwoman so many times. Natty's like that weird aunt that collects cats, which there's nothing wrong with that, but she's just the one that's like a little too flirty, even though you know she's still your aunt. Like out there trying to throw out that do something strange for a little piece of change vibe. That's the problem. Oh, as team goes for the like rolling senton splash, but still comes up short and pretty much just eats a power bomb from Carter there, the way that she landed. Natty's trying to rally a Tegan chant, and the crowd is meh. Like this, we've talked about concession to stand, pauses for the causes matches, respectfully. This very much seems like one of them, of just everybody's going and getting your giant soft pretzel, your hot dog, and a giant Coke here right now. Anno, what up? No, you're just saying words. Cheek tattoos, what? Damn that power bomb. Two go. Kevin, what up? I do, oddly enough, the best people that have come out of this match are Chelsea and Piper Niven just sitting here on commentary, because this hasn't been a great match. People aren't super invested, but you're watching this live, you watch this, on the playback, and Chelsea and Piper just kind of get you at least invested into it. Try and give you a reason to give a shit. Tag in, so we're setting up for the double team move on a natty here. Like twisting slingshot as Carter hits. So Casey Catanzaro hits the like split-legged twisting moonsault or assisted moonsault as Carter hits the super kick on a Tegan to keep her out, as Chelsea Green, looking straight out of 1990s, early 2000s TRL music video, losing her damn mind that Chance and Carter won the match and are now the number one contenders for their belts. 2-0, 4-0, 3-1. Told you. Fair enough. 4-0. I love their finisher. Katana Chance is not about the size of the dog in the fight. Yeah, 100%. With either of them, seriously, I think they're a little bit on the side of we represent the Lollipop Guild. As I've got Cody walking backstage, so we're about to go into Christ. I wanted to say at this point, commercial break number 10. I feel so probably coming out of this break, we're gonna get Cody addressing Nakamura. And are we surprised that with everybody rumoring that it was Nakamura calling out CM Punk, there were people even saying that Nakamura was calling out Okada, which he'll be a free agent in 2024. Do we see Okada coming to WWE? But that we're setting up Shinsuke Nakamura versus Cody is the story. Meanwhile, we have rumors of Seth or of CM Punk versus Roman. We've got Randy versus Roman clearly setting up. Does Cody's story feel not as important? And how do we feel that Nakamura's, even if we're still finishing with Cody, pause, that Nakamura's on the path here? How do we feel? Cody, no suit. Luna will approve. There you go. And I'm just out here shouting out KO. I felt like Nakamura was calling out Seth. Well, we already had that, though. That's the thing. Natty's the aunt that cheers for the away team.
Oh, poor Natty. Poor Natty.
Natty is Stifler's mom.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
With cats. With cats.
With cats. With cats. Well, Stifler's mom was a big fan of giving out the cat. So.
Oh, Ali and then Oop. Speaking of cats.
Right? The Panhandle Perp making clairvoyant so far. All right, Larry, have that.
Who?
Right. You know, I was right about 2 of the 3 matches between DIY and Imperium. I know I'm going to get Cody Rhodes talking about Nakamura, right? Well, yeah, that's what's about to come. I think you're reading the tea leaves very well, my guy.
Yeah, and again, like I said earlier, when you have better odds than Scott Steiner versus Samoa Joe at Sacrifice, I think it's pretty easy to say, oh, I was right on 2/3 of it. Well, yeah. If you weren't, I'm sure you wouldn't be putting a comment. I was wrong about 2/3 of the match.
Yeah, and a 2-1 finish is pretty predictable.
Pretty expected in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Green is married to Zack Ryder. That's facts, Chelsea Green. And that's when Chelsea came back, a lot of the rumors spiked with Cardona, but he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, he's the indie god.
He's the indie god.
Goddamn Indianapolis Jones out there.
Right. Woo, 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 woo.
Woo, woo, woo.
Sorry, it took me a second.
I know. Did you see that he said he wanted to take SRS on in a match?
Yes. And he would.
I'm kind of here for it.
That is Matt Cardona in a nutshell. He's all for that type of moment, right? Like he will, again, he understands, if I fight SRS, it's going to sell tickets, it's going to bring eyes, people are going to love it, and I'll work it out. Like I will work to a way that it's a believable, conceivable match. I believe that.
I may get forgotten on, the middle of a WWE premium live event, but I will live forever in internet infamy.
Yeah, right? The low-key Stifler's mom, so MD agrees with you.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Is Natty a super cougar? There's so many jokes I want to make. Yeah, she's something.
She's a Canadian bobcat.
You nailed it when you were like, she's kind of the aunt that's just a little over affectionate at family get-togethers. You're like, she's drinking again. Watch out for the tongue.
100%.
We all got one. Don't touch you. Let's go.
She's fuck. Moving on. I have to potentially see some relatives at family gatherings. So moving on before I get in trouble.
No,
I heard what you said about me.
Right.
In my soul.
He's dressed to wrestle.
What?
He's at least dressed to take a bump. Usually he's
out
here in a suit.
People already saying, well, at least he's not in a suit, so Luna can't complain.
Listen to the crowd sing along, man.
Yeah, they sing along, but even when I asked this when we're going into the War Games match, when you had that whole team in the ring, I said, is he the least popular out of everyone else that's in the ring?
Yeah, and I don't think so. I still think he's one of the biggest baby faces in the company.
You can be the biggest, but not the biggest. You can be top 5 and not one.
I think he gets a bigger reaction. He's got more love. I mean, I think he's leading the way. You listen to the crowd sing. Yeah, more than Sami, for sure.
I didn't say Sami, but you can have that.
Yeah. Oh, I just added Sami. But yeah, I think so. I think I don't think he's tempered at all. I think he's still hot as when he signed. And people love him. The WWE universe loves this guy.
But if you throw out the idea of CM Punk taking on Roman Reigns, does the idea of Cody beating Roman Reigns go out the fucking window?
Potentially. That is one of the things. And I think that's why you're going to get, they're going to keep CM Punk and Roman away from each other for a while. But it'll be very interesting how it all plays out. Because now you're in this fantasy booking heaven. Like, you really have so many options, and none of them really suck. None of them. Like, all the
You
options.
could get Cody versus Punk after Cody beats Roman.
I still would think it would be amazing, hilarious, and ironic all at the same time if Cody and Punk were the night one main event.
Oh, 100%. I was going to say, I was just thinking the only way you do that is if you have Dwayne.
Yeah, you need something for Roman, right? That's the thing. Like, Roman's match has got to matter. Replay of
I'm getting the replay of Cody spilling ketchup on his face.
That look like some hot sauce. That's
Man,
the Cayenne version.
Are you with Apatia?
Right? Cody with a serious face, but listen to the crowd, bro. Like,
but so how do you feel? I posed this question while you're on your pause. How do you feel about we've got Cody versus Nakamura? We thought it was going to be Nakamura calling out CM Punk. Some people thought Okada. Some people thought Seth Rollins. We didn't think that we were going to get Cody Nakamura.
I don't mind it, right? Like, I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I'll give them that. Definitely marks for surprising me. And I mean, the idea of Nakamura Cody is great for me. I mean, I think Nakamura stays relevant. And again, heel, babyface, it works.
Right. Well, Boston, you kind of proved my point here. Nick, Cody is literally only behind Reigns, Punk, and Knight. So, right. So, number 4 is supposed to be number 1.
I mean, he's like, and he's in that mix. It's very interchangeable. Is it like, I think Punk and Roman definitely move the needle in a completely different direction. LA's so super over, but I wonder if that's tempering a little. I hope they can keep it going. They got to give LA Knight some stuff here. Yeah. So yeah, he's right in that mix. But when it came to the War Games, he was.
But though going into WrestleMania 39, Cody wasn't in the mix. He was the guy. Now he's slid into the mix. That's what I'm saying, is where we get the issue.
I mean, again, when you're talking about those names, yeah, that's fair. I think when you were looking at War Games, he was probably still the biggest babyface in the match. And then you had Orton. You got to add Orton to the mix.
Yeah.
Orton. That's good news for the company, though. Really good news for the company.
I would argue that this is the best roster, top to bottom, that WWE's had since the Attitude Era.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Like, it used to, and we've seen it for so long, where they relied so heavily on one or two people. But I love the mind games here. I like these mind games. Cody in the spotlight, losing my religion. Cody.
Getting Freddy Krueger Nakamura out here in the fucking boiler room.
Yes.
I will say, regardless of how you feel about Cody, this is some of the best stuff Nakamura's done in WWE.
Yeah. Ever since they turned him, I mean, what he did with Seth was great. He was outstanding. There was a good contingent of people who were like, just give him the belt. Fuck it. This is great.
And I think, though, when we saw him as a heel with AJ Styles, the most we thought was, I'm very sorry for what I did to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Sorry, no speak English. That's the most heel we're going to get Nakamura.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of in the same vein as that. Just, it's really more focused. Letting him speak in his own tongue is great. And yeah, I mean, like, definitely. They're showing AJ now.
Yeah, but this is 100% that. This is what we should have gotten there, just times 1,000. This has been phenomenal with Nakamura. This has made him the most relevant since he signed with WWE. I'll say that.
Yeah. Outside of NXT, 100%. 100% since he's been here. Right? And it is, but they're showing like the comparisons.
Right.
I like this. They both lost at Mania.
In what were essentially dream matches.
Yeah, we suffered the same humiliation. That's good stuff.
Well, and like you said, very much even like what they're doing with Kyrie and Io and Asuka, even of they're still cutting a promo and they're not having to respectfully use poor English or anything like that. Like they're not having to read something that they can't fully convey. I'd rather watch an Asuka promo with subtitles than listen to her and sit there and try and work through a WWE written promo.
Yeah. And I like this. I mean, we both lost, you know, but you've awakened me.
Let me take that story off your hands.
Yeah. You have that
never
double.
got to finish mine, so why should you?
Yeah. You got the double, you know, the same thing we are all talking about. Will Cody ever get back to finishing that story? That's, yeah, this is good.
Right.
And Cody twitching, looking around. No signs of a jumping.
Hightail it, motherfucker. You know he's at least got to be backstage and everything. He ain't going to show up there. He didn't fucking film it there, so what the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
If it's never been your story to run from a fight, then you should be trying to find this fucker backstage instead of cutting a promo in the center of the ring.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I like the promo. I thought that whole situation was good. I like this. And I like a fired up Cody is better than a let me deliver my political address Cody.
Oh yeah, 100%. He doesn't come out with the suit looking like a politician, like you said, like you hinted at there. I guess that was more of me being halfway jaded of still from that commercial break spot of like, we're losing down 1-0. Let's clap each other on the back.
Right?
What?
Wow, I was right. Cody Rhodes is talking about Shinsuke. Yeah, they told him. We knew that. He got jumped.
File that under the no shit Sherlock category.
They told you.
I called it. They advertised exactly what I said they were going to do after they advertised it. What? Love you, Christian, but what?
Yeah. Is Punk a baby face? We don't know yet. That's in flux, I think.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
Tweener.
LA Knight is getting lost in the sauce. LA Knight needs something substantial. I know, like, he's had some battles with Solo and such, but without Roman there, it lacks some gusto. I'm a little worried. I mean, we saw, you know, him help KO, but that's a mid-card thing against Waller and Theory. I'm worried about LA a little bit.
The most gusto we get with LA Knight is we build him towards the Rumble, because that's the thing is you look at it, you could have Drew win the Rumble, you could have LA Knight win the Rumble, you could have Jey Uso win the Rumble, you could have Cody win the Rumble, you could have CM Punk win the Rumble, you could have Randy win the Rumble, you could have, debatably, if Seth's in it, you could have him win the Rumble. You could have, a whole myriad of people that could arguably win the Rumble.
Yeah. At KJ, more ironic to me. Imagine if WrestleMania Cody and Punk both came out champions. TK would have a cow. That's the other side of it. If yeah, he's back to wearing his main event shirt, not the Yeet shirt. So maybe there is. I saw Daniel Price in the chat say the same thing about Yeet being righted.
You need to get right with that Yeet.
Yeet got yeeted.
Yeah. They're probably more of like, you need to move this. Is it still interesting to me that he moves to the red brand and now has nothing but like black and blue gear when he was on the blue brand and had nothing but black and red gear?
Well, and his brother's still rocking the black and red on the black and blue.
Right.
Gunza!
Yeah.
Tournament for the IC title. No, I'm just kidding.
Adam Pearson's favorite Austrian.
Here comes the Judgment Day. Kids love Cody. That's the thing about the WWE universe, right? Like, there is, like, to me right now, Cody is 2023's John Cena, right? He's that uber pure baby face, you know, coming out, giving out the weight belt and signing autographs. He's just peachy key and squeaky clean.
Yeah. He's Captain America. As I've got JD and Dominik coming out right now.
Tag team match, player.
Holla, holla, holla. Dom out here looking like he wore his big brother's clothes for this fucking match.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these tassels.
Well, the tassels thing is all, the Eddie shit and everything. But I'm saying everything this man is wearing looks like it's like 5 sizes too big.
Mm-hmm. Boston pointing out, he says, yeah, but your point, Nick, was Cody being the least over out of Sami, Rollins, Jay, and Cody. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where, and I said yes.
No, and that's fine. I still would argue that point.
Yeah, but then I think what happened was when we brought up Roman and such, it muffled it. But yeah,
no, that's fine. I would still argue that he was probably the least over, especially at that time, out of Jay and Seth. I will give you that. Sami, I would argue, could be debatable. I would say Jay and Seth, who were skiing for the world title tonight, were more over than Cody going into that match.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but that's
fine. To each their own.
No, that's fair. This has definitely been the best roster top to bottom since Ruthless Aggression era.
Well, that wasn't a hard fucking hill to climb over.
Yeah, early Ruthless. Winter is coming. Yeah, when is winter coming? I know I got some snow. You got some snow.
I was gonna say, I think it paused. I think it came all over my backyard last night. Pause. Cody, set him up, I'll knock him down.
That's it, buddy. I can't wait to see CM Punk versus AJ Styles. Interesting. There's a lot of questions around AJ Styles and where he fits in all this.
Yeah. Well, could he be on his back 9?
Oh, he's definitely on his back 9. That's undeniable at this point, I believe.
But to where he announces it and everything, like we know he might be wrapping up. Then again, we had that with Bryan Danielson, who then is now like, I'll wrestle till I'm 75.
Yeah.
Please don't. Well, I don't think your body will allow that, sir.
He did throw in my body is breaking down, and we've literally seen it break several times this year. Yeah, I think again he could go into like a part-time role. Brian's gonna be at Wembley, but he's not consistently booked. He's more backstage.
Needs to happen. He's out here looking like fucking Snake Plissken out here looking like fucking Metal Gear Solid here with the fucking Patchy the Pirate shit. And like you said multiple times just this year, not since he's been in AEW, just this year. Like, my guy, you have little ones. I'm not going to try and tell anybody how to live their life, but maybe doing what you do, maybe at least significantly dial it back.
Yeah, and I think that was what, we heard the stories that Vince McMahon and WWE management was very concerned about letting Brian go out there, even though doctors had cleared him, to like jump off the top and do crazy shit. And Brian, has the prerogative to still want to do that, and that's fine. You can go do that elsewhere. Best of luck. And that's what happened. They weren't willing to let him do it.
That Miz promo on Talking Smack aged like fine wine, respectfully.
It really is. I mean, again, you talk about people can say what they want about Miz, but here he is, one of the matches of the night at Survivor Series, and probably the best match outside of the War Games of Survivor Series, in front of 17,000, 18,000 people. And there's Brian doing one-eyed matches in front of 1,800 people.
Well, and that's not saying that Daniel Bryan isn't great or anything like that. Because I mean,
no, I love the guy.
You're right, but at the same time, you're not Yes Movement, Daniel Bryan, WWE. You're Bryan Danielson, who's now wrestling with broken forearms and broken orbital bones and so on.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there at all. There's one thing that Nakamura and Rose have in common. They both didn't finish the story at WrestleMania after winning the Rumble match.
Facts.
Ghost Peppermint missed. So we've had Cayenne. We had someone else said some. What was the other one? But yeah, we've had a few options.
There is the whole like color scheme spectrum when it comes to the mist here. Hold on, I'll look it up.
You're gonna look it up. The Creed brothers coming out to take a W, by the way.
Oh, 100%. And they've made such a smooth transition
to
being up on the main roster. Granted, Ivy Nile still, you're kind of just there a bit to be the manager, respectfully, but.
Yeah. Is Bruce Pritchard writing the show, or is it Triple H? I believe it's always the Triple H-led creative team. Triple H, I do believe, is back. Last week he wasn't there, so Bruce was producing but not writing.
And Hunter wasn't there because him and Nick Khan were trying to work the media rights deal.
True story.
So, green, the commonly used mist, which is said to obstruct the opponent's vision. Red, quite often used, but is said to burn the eyes, used by Gangrel, which is known as blood mist. Black, said to blind the opponent for several weeks. Tajiri used this on Nidia. And also recently, Julia Hart uses it. Malachi Black uses it. It's like the fucking dinosaur that ends up spraying Newman in the face in Jurassic Park. A little bit like that. Blue sends the opponent to sleep. Well, at least with Sky Blue doing it, we got a nice pillow to land on.
Right now, sorry, the match is kicked off and R-Truth is here, dude. Sorry.
No, you're good. He's at ringside.
As the Creeds are
like, what are you doing here?
Right, and the Creeds are doing a handoff suplex. I like this move.
Yeah, well, I've still right now just got the suspended suplex.
He's been up there for a while.
Yeah. Yellow paralyzes the opponent. I haven't seen Yellow Mist.
We haven't seen Yellow often.
And purple causes momentarily distraction and memory loss once used by Roxy Laveau from TNA.
There you go.
Out there with what was it? It was Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. The Voodoo Kin Mafia, the VKM.
Yeah.
Levesque, Hickenbottom. We'll see you at the Alamo.
Right. Got Creeds for the win. I think, do you just have to take the Creeds based on them being named Creed?
Hello, my friend.
The best, dude, I could literally, the smile on your face when it clicked was amazing.
Well, and that's the thing is even the show that SRS was wrestling at, some dude came out to fucking Creed, and everyone's like, yeah, like Creed became popular in wrestling again on Twitter for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, where have you all been?
But yeah, I mean,
wide open.
Well, right now, JD McDonagh's arms wide open and stretched.
But I think, again, the Creeds, especially if we're going to split the tag team titles and go back to not unified and brand specific, which is what they need to do. What fucking belt does R-Truth have around his arm right now?
Was it Dom's?
Maybe, but well, it looked blue. But
it did look blue.
We need brand specific tag titles because the Raw tag team division, like we said, looks pretty stacked. You have the Creeds now. You add into that odds on favorites.
They are just working this guy.
Well,
yeah, I think it's coming. I think Trips wanted to make it matter. Like, so when you do split them, there's teams waiting for each set, right?
Right.
With arms wide open.
I still stand by my statement earlier that, or for the longest time, that Creed is better than Pearl Jam.
And you'd be very wrong, but it's okay.
I still stand by it.
That's fine.
The show that I don't waver.
That's fine. PJ will go down as one of the greatest bands ever. Legends. There would be no Creed if there wasn't PJ. If Pearl Jam wasn't around, we wouldn't have gotten that whole 90s alternative or everyone trying to sound like Eddie. Everybody wanted to be Eddie.
Right. They walked so Creed could run.
I guess. I think the Judgment Day lose and all their gold eventually. Well, yeah.
No
eventually.
shit. Everyone's Rufus eventually.
Yeah, I honestly believe that Rhea will be the last holding member for a while, and then eventually somebody will have to beat Rhea, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, 100%. I think Rhea, she's been the star of this whole faction. She's been the leader of this faction. She's arguably, and I've said this before, and we're coming up on our end of the year awards, you know, the Golden KJs and everything. She's arguably pro wrestler of the year, not top male competitor, not top female competitor. Like if you're talking your MVPs of pro wrestling this year, she's got to probably arguably be in your top 5.
I agree. It's undeniable. And I know other people want to make comments and such, but again, if you're a fan of pro wrestling, there is no woman delivering on the level of Rhea Ripley, period. Sorry, guys.
Oh, well, she hasn't had this great feud and that great feud. Cool. She's done enough and been that big of a star. She didn't need that.
Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, again, you're right. But she's sitting doing segments with Paul Heyman and running the Judgment Day as she sees fit. It's over as shit. And how many? She single-handedly started the mommy daddy trend. A new daddy t-shirt came out today. Sammy Guevara, congratulations. But now he has a daddy t-shirt on for sale for anyone else who hasn't got the other 7 daddy
Do
shirts.
we need to start the trend? Who's the daddy?
Yeah, who's the daddy? Who's your daddy?
Yeah. Start saying that at TonyCon. But even with Randy Orton coming back, Rhea Ripley's the one you choose to put out there, and that can go toe to toe and feel star to star on that same level as Randy Orton. Like you said, granted, you got the mommy daddy thing and everything, but the daddy pause doesn't work without playing off the mommy. Pause again.
Pause and pause.
Right.
My mommy laid over my daddy.
Ralph Wiggum. I saw Rhea Ripley and Randy Orton in the closet, and they were making babies, and one of the babies smiled at me.
Rhea Ripley is low-key already the GOAT women in WWE history. Oh, it's getting there. It's early, MD. It's early. She's climbing the ranks quick, though.
Of this generation, of this time frame, I'll give you that. Of history, debatable. Of this bracket, yeah, you can have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it just, again, it's not a fair comparable again, with Becky and Charlotte and the Trishes and of the world, like, she's climbing. She's getting there, but she got to put in more work, accomplish more things.
Who's the daddy? Sponsored by Maury Povich or by 23andMe.
Right. 23andMe. I'll accept that.
Oh, I was going to go with the, Tony Khan, you are not the father.
Yeah, nobody thought he was. Have you seen that guy?
Fuck you and shitting on my joke.
I added to it, I thought.
I know.
I thought I put a little cherry on top of that bad boy.
Yeah.
She's already won every title and the only woman to win the Royal Rumble from number 1. That's facts. I mean, again, her resume early. She young as like, if she goes another 10 years in wrestling, like her resume is going to be filthy in a good way.
Speaking of filthy, I just realized Dominik Mysterio has these been dusty, musty, fucking fur ass
belt, bro.
Like sorority chick fucking slipper ass boots on right now.
Yeah.
Fucking walk of shame ass boots on.
He's wearing
what
Uggs.
Are you doing out here, my guy?
He's wearing Uggs to the ring. By the
not
way,
even Uggs. He's wearing Uglies.
Uglies. By the way, that belt that you were trying to figure out, it's a Buffalo Bills WWE.
Hey, I knew I loved R-Truth. Luna and me are just going to be the 2 biggest R-Truth fans on their fucking channel now.
R-Truth continues to be the gem, the gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
And Julius clearing out.
Getting firing up. Gonna over the head suplex.
I've never seen that before, like ever.
Oh.
Do you remember when the Barbarian
he threw JD into the turnbuckle and arose such a clatter?
He's not even praising him. Michael Cole's in love with
Are
Julius
we gonna
Reed.
have for fuck's sake! I thought he was about to Alabama slam that man right into the ring post and just give him that half moon club.
Wow, Poison Rana. I low key. Why is everything low key? I low key missed the 2000s Buffalo Bills jersey.
Oh, that shit was ass. The weird.
Wow,
like,
did McDonagh just hit his head on the back of the ring?
What?
I thought JD hit his head on the back, like when he did that, like he didn't clear the apron. Maybe I was wrong. It happened so fast.
So I just need that visual right there of R-Truth with the Buffalo Bills championship. That's about to be like my new profile picture for a minute. But yeah, no, the Bills jerseys now are way better than the 2000 shit.
Fair enough.
Side note.
Who gets a bigger pop, AJ Lee or Liv Morgan? AJ Lee, my guy.
How is that debatable?
Yeah.
AJ Lee. AJ Styles gets a bigger fucking pop than Liv Morgan if he returns, let alone AJ Lee.
Homeboy gonna pop his engine out there.
Liv Morgan. Don't worry, it'll happen. It's all about family and Fast and the Furious.
Uh-oh.
He's fast right now. Soon enough, he'll be furious.
Wow. Julius is showing off.
Cannonball.
Brutus ball, apparently. I came in like a Brutus ball. And winners.
All I can think of now is getting Wayne's World with Ballroom Blitz. Ballroom
Blitz. Wow.
Brutus, a Ballroom Blitz. He yeeted Dominik Mysterio over the ring announce over the ringside table.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Are we allowed to say yeet? I don't know. We got to look into that. That almost turned into giggity.
Giggity. So the Creed making their claim for the tag title belts.
And I think they might take it, bro. They're selling them so big. Michael Cole screaming out like I've never seen that before. They're great. And they're like, wow.
I have them win the Raw belts. I don't have them win both belts.
Okay.
You split do you think they'd be undisputed, like they show up on both shows fresh out the gate? I build up what a lot of people have wanted of build up a Raw tag division, up a SmackDown division. You're gonna split these meter rights and shit, make them feel different.
I don't disagree with you in that regard of what the opportunity is there. But we're getting a replay of SmackDown.
Right. 4-1 says Curtis. 4-1. Sherlock Holmes strikes again, and that's me. I think you're more Inspector Clouseau here. You're fucking. Oh, still looking up downside. Ivy needs a belt when Creeds win belts. No.
Exclusive to Friday Night SmackDown.
Creed's getting a new monster push, New Age Steiners. Do you think they're the New Age Steiners?
Yeah. I get the comparable. The NC2A guys coming in and the singlet crew doing their thing. And again, they've shown nothing but promise.
Now, do you pair them with the actual Steiner on the roster? With the actual New Age Steiner?
Well, right. Let's go. Yeah, it works. Do it.
Right.
As we got Seth and Pierce.
So he's talking about Punk. So when he shows his true colors.
And that's what I think is good here. That's so compelling to me. Right? You talk about the rumors. You talk about again, treating AEW like they don't exist, like they're that pissant company, is the most insulting thing this company can do.
100%. Everybody loves the diss track. Everybody loves the, first off, and the clickbait
100%.
and everything. But when you diminish somebody that much, of you're that insignificant of I don't even need to fucking acknowledge you to still murder you. Oh, that's some straight cold,
Yeah.
That's some Soprano shit.
Right? And we got Jay and Seth chatting it out. But basically, Jay saying, I'm going to win. Seth saying, no, you're not. I like this. I'm going to kick your face off.
I kind of, no, I shouldn't be here, but I kind of want to be here for this. So I think I might do one of them. Point, bro. I might be here.
Nick has one of those two-face coins that are the same, like the heads on both sides. So he always, should I stream? Oh, yeah, shots. Ooh, so as we set up the main event, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get in this chat. Thank you for being here tonight. Nick, I probably will be back in a moment, but we are left with a lot of time on the clock for this one. Jey Uso coming out to the ring. I'm looking forward to this. I've enjoyed most of Raw tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. Remember, we are back tomorrow, NXT. Wednesday, we have a stacked Dynamite. Thursday, Impact. Friday, doubleheader. Me and Nick are going to take on SmackDown and Rampage. And then Saturday, we will be here live, myself, Big Nick, taking on NXT Deadline and Impact and Collision. And then Sunday, Luna Anthony will probably have something fun and exciting for you again. And you never know what Nick and I are going to be up to. So stay tuned for all the fun stuff. Click like, click subscribe, and click that little bell so you don't miss out on anything. We got lots of fun content up there now. If you haven't seen our shorts or haven't paused, eat my shorts. But if you haven't seen our shorts or our videos outside of the streams, make sure you check out the full archive on the page below. R-Truth, the leader of the Judgment Day. R-Truth might be the downfall of the Judgment Day, my friend. R-Truth takes out all of them. Cody couldn't do it. Jay couldn't do it. Edge couldn't do it. It's going to be R-Truth. Again, it's nice to get R-Truth back, though. I mean, I don't quite understand what's happening here with, kind of hanging out at ringside and such and his involvement with the Judgment Day. But again, it's a nice, juxtaposition, if you will, where you really have the serious dark team and then you have kind of slap happy, goofy R-Truth. I love it. I'm happy to have him back. I really think they should have him walking through the back. And I don't know it's a different building, but it's still the point. And he just finds the 24/7 belt on the ground. Hey, look at this. Who left that here? 30-minute main event. Let's fucking go. Let's go, James. I'm pumped for it. Lots of time. And I will say, for those who criticize WWE for the lack of wrestling, tonight we've been getting a lot of wrestling. It's not all 5-star barn burners, but you're never going to get that on any show. I don't care if it's Dynamite, Rampage, SmackDown. A weekly show is going to have some squash matches, some lesser card matches. It happens. But at the end of the day, I mean, there's been a lot of wrestling on this show tonight, and I'm good with that. Jey Uso is now in your city. Let's go. Let's go. Break number 10. Yeah. Okay. I think we got at least 2 more coming. Jay for the win. Seth has been working us the whole time. It's all a work for Punk versus Rollins Mania. 100%. 100%. Even back at whatever the event was, one of the WrestleCons, where Seth was asked about Punk, and he went, Philly Phil. He's a cancer. Don't come back. Go find that clip and listen to it and tell me he's not being tongue-in-cheek. Tell me he's not kind of being sarcastic. Again, that is the best part of this. And if we can continue to see the wrestling companies withhold from the dirt sheets, not leak shit out to the dirt sheets, and make us guess, is KO really hurt? Is Seth really mad? Did Drew storm out? Wrestling has its own way to manipulate the fan base and get back into kayfabe. And I would argue that Triple H is doing it extremely well. And if anybody needs to see an example, to go back and watch the end of Survivor Series, because nobody saw it coming. Not even myself and Nick. Not even the moment before it happened. WWE will be France on May 4. Okay, yeah, they'll be in France. Fun fact, R-Truth is a former two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Devin, that is very true. And I mean, R-Truth, Ron Killings, has had an outstanding career. I mean, I think back, what was I, 6, 7, 8 years old when he first started appearing on WWE TV, WWF at the time. Yeah, I really think that the man is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I think he's contributed a shit ton to this wrestling world. And yeah, I know we all love the fun stuff, even like the K Quick. You remember K Quick, guys? But when you go back and you look at what he's done, even the runs he had with the Miz, taking on Cena and The Rock, he's done well. He's done well. I'm a big fan. Shout out R-Truth for Hall of Fame. Oh, we got JD and Damian not happy with Dom and JD. Those Creed brothers are the real deal, man. Who's in the back? Who's in the back? Is that Gunther? Something's happening in the background, guys. Anybody see what was going on in the back? Was it random? They got us looking in the back. Truth is Hall of Fame. Let's go. They're legit Creed brothers. Gunther in the back. That was okay. So it was Gunther, and it looked like he was giving Ludwig some shit. So very interesting. K Quick AD, yeah, aka Road Dogg sidekick. Yeah, Road Dogg. Hey, y'all remember when Road Dogg was just Jeff Jarrett's roadie? Yeah. Come on now. WWE trying to push Creeds. Yeah, no, they're pushing them. And again, nice subtle touches. You had Michael Cole selling them hard. You had, you just saw JD selling them hard as legitimate contenders. Is it their time to win this belt? Their first crack at it out of left field? Maybe not. But again, I'm kind of looking for some shuffle in the WWE. You got so much going on and so many moving parts. New talent, returning talent, up and coming talent. Yeah, let's shake this up a bit. A lot of the belts have been stagnant. Gunther berating Imperium. As per usual, it's definitely an abusive relationship over there in Imperium land. There you go. Ron Killings. I predict Rhea is going to be disappointed. Yeah, well, mommy's not going to be happy. She might have to deal out some punishment. Chat is packed tonight. The chat has been packed, folks. We're averaging like 500 messages an hour on the channel right now. I know some people get mad if we miss some, but I swear to you, we try our best to click on every message possible. But at 500 clicks a minute and only 4 hands between me and Nick, it becomes a challenge. I want to forget that double J curse. Oh, the double J curse. I just, double J should bring back the light up suspenders and the collar. Seth Rollins for the win. That's right, folks. Take a moment. What do you got? What do you got? Are you taking Jay? Are you taking Seth? I'm going to take Seth, but I really would like it if Jay surprised us. I have a feeling that this match is going to get ruined by Drew McIntyre and or Judgment Day. But I really feel like Drew's not done with us yet tonight. Whoa. So the crowd loves Jay. I mean, Nick's got a very good argument in the sense of Jay's neck and neck with the Cody. Like to say, like it's so hard to say, well, Jay's more over than Seth, or Seth is more over than Cody. They're all kind of locked in a like at the top of the mountain here. Again, a bit of abundance of riches right now for this company. I feel like the whoa is a little delayed tonight. I think more people might be behind Jay than Seth. Damian should cash in tonight. Again, surprise me. That's one way. If you keep giving us a reason to tune in every Monday, and I know people were mad about Punk not opening the show, but if you have a Seth Rollins main event that could have a title change, You could have a cash in. If you got to find a reason to, you got to milk bag some things. And I know I make that joke a lot, but you got to put it at the back of the store and you got to make people walk through everything else to get it. I'm all for it. We got lots of time on the clock, about 25 minutes, probably 3 commercial breaks during this match, unfortunately. But ding, this one is going to be outstanding. Why is Seth wearing my belt? Impasta. That's what I got Nick for Christmas. It's the World Heavyweight Champion belt. Spankings for everybody. Don't forget. Don't forget, mommy's in charge. Is Bray Wyatt Hall of Fame year? Yes, absolutely. I know a lot of talk about Bray going in this year. I would do it. Again, for what he meant to the business, and sometimes it's hard. There's other wrestlers in the past that have passed away, and the argument could be made if they had more time, they would have been Hall of Famers. To me, Bray had cemented himself in a generation. He captivated the audience. Like when we talk about how much Punk was rumbled about and how much Punk can move the needle, Bray did that so well. This guy was away from wrestling, and he was still one of the most talked about people forever. Tragic story. So yeah, I see it. I definitely see him being a Hall of Famer. This chat engagement on YouTube, KJ, you guys rule. See money. Thank you. It's one of the things that we started in the beginning. That's how Nick ended up on the channel, was we just kept interacting. So we appreciate it, guys. And you know what? As much as I say that, it's your engagement. It's the fact that you guys show up and engage with us. It keeps us going. You guys give us stuff to talk about all the time. And we appreciate it. For the funny, the serious, and everything in between, we are greatly humbled that you guys show up for all of this. As we go to a commercial break, both men at a stalemate right now. Good start. But thank you so much, C-Money. KJ, do you want to see R-Truth join the Judgment Day? No, I don't. I like this peripheral where he's just kind of messing with them, where he thinks he's kind of a friend, but he isn't. I think it could lead to a match. But, yeah, I don't see him officially joining. I just don't see R-Truth with, like, mascara and stuff on, but maybe. So far the show, I predicted the outcome of we got that. We've covered that. Okay. Yeah, we got that. That makes sense. Let's see. Okay. We'll see, Christian. We'll see. Mr. KJ, I think the Wrestling for Life reacting to the GTA 6 trailer might break the internet. JV, maybe. I think it's like a 70-second clip, or a 90-second clip. We might have to see what we can do. CM Punk will be on Raw next week. There you go. We get him Friday, we get him Monday. So very much using that, he will be here. So the only risk you run is on a night, and on a night where you don't have Punk, you have the fans kind of know, okay, we're going to tune into Raw, but I'm not expecting Punk, so I'm not disappointed. If you get him, bonus. However, in this dynamic, there's part of the show of you don't want him to overshadow certain things. That's the trick with Punk. So you let him take a breath. I thought that's what they did on Friday. Friday, because of what happened at Survivor Series, Friday was Randy Orton's night. No Punk. Randy Orton was the star of Friday Night SmackDown. And I think that was done by design because, again, you got to pick your spots. So CM Punk isn't there Friday, but he'll be there next Friday. So I like what they're doing here. I believe that there's a mythology to all of this. A methodology. One day will be things of myth. Wow. Is it a shoot that Seth was
speaking of a creature that rose up out of the mist, straight up out of the abyss?
Yeah, he can't miss, folks.
I like what you did there.
Rollins won't work with CM Punk. Yes or no? Wrong. He will work with kayfabe, even if he hates his guts, which he might, right? Like, we know there's a little tentative nature between some of, Punk and other guys. And again, we don't know what the lasting impression was. Punk and Rollins crossed paths. As Rollins was coming in, Punk was heading out. And he might think that Punk's a big dick. He might have no interest in him. But he's going to work with him.
Pause. But I also think that WWE is run professionally enough. that they'll have time to sit back there and talk about shit.
Yeah.
And no one's going to be throwing punches. No attorneys are going to be breaking through the door. Larry's not in danger. No one's getting bit, anything like that.
They should work that in the angle that like Seth kicks Larry.
I'm waiting for why am I blanking on a fucking name? The one that
Steel?
Yeah, Ace Steel. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. This is what happens when you have stars.
Yeah. Well, when you were saying about how there's a wealth of riches when it comes to WWE at this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you and I can have a friendly debate about who's more over. Sami, Jay, Seth, Cody, this one, that one, Schwami. Like,
it's all valid.
Yeah, and we can have that debate, and both of us could have our points, and both of us could kind of be right. It's so hard to say. Where, if we go back a little while, not that far ago, it was, well, here's your top guys, and nobody else really matters.
Yeah, it's like what even people were saying with the start of Monday Night Raw. I'm glad that Raw is good throughout the show versus just a storyline that I'm interested in.
Yeah, right? How many months was it just like, all right, get the shit out of the way. We want to hear the bloodline talk.
Right. Or we're setting up for the Judgment Day segment here. Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun. KJ, then all three will get RKO'd.
Who?
Oh, the Judgment Day peeps after getting a spanking from Mommy, apparently. Yeah, you weren't right. Yeah, well, Christian, I think it was pointed out that Mommy is not going to be happy with how things have gone tonight for the Judgment Day.
Christian, don't tell us your fantasy. Respectfully.
Might be mine too, bro. I'm not just
saying.
I am me.
Papi.
Jay benefited one of the most from the bloodline. Jay, KO, Sami. There's been a few. I think we've talked about this, Nick.
No, I would say Jay has benefited the most from it.
The most, yes. I agree.
He's gone from side character to main character.
Yeah, I'm with you. Swords of the Truth official. KJ, has anyone ever told you?
Only every day.
Every fucking stream.
I was gonna say, I kind of just do it just because. So don't worry, everyone, and I do mean everyone, has told this man that. We've been in highlights on other channels, and people have said that man looks like Kevin Owens.
Right. I will say this. Ever since, I have a thing where I kind of let it go, as you guys can tell. So now I'm evolving from KO to Ivar over the last couple of weeks.
No, you don't have this kitty like bird skull crown.
I couldn't make that happen.
God, please don't take out your recent like pigeon population.
No.
Well, that's what it looks like. It looks like he's out here just taking fucking the skulls off of his fucking rotisserie chickens.
Yeah, no, birds are gross. I don't want a bird nest. They are. I don't fuck them.
No, I just thought of a different connotation for the term birds.
Yeah, I think
bird, that being gross too. So,
yeah, no, that's not going on my head either, bro. Back to Seth and Jay as Seth just walks out onto the apron.
Or are we gonna get a pedigree out on the ring apron?
Oh. No pedigree today.
No. Only puppy chow for Seth Rollins.
Where's he going?
Oh, he's gonna buckle bomb him onto the barricade.
Oh no.
Yup.
Yeah, Jay fights out.
Spinning back, spinning forearm actually.
Yeah.
GG.
Nice.
I like that it was in quick succession versus like, I fumble around. It's one of those of, I'm selling this, but I'm going to just hit this real quick out of here. As we go into
I like it.
Commercial break, already 2 out of this match.
Yeah,
You said 3. We're already 3/4 of the way there.
Shit. We might get 2 more.
What?
Well, I think we're at 12, honestly.
I don't know. Well, I feel like at 11 o'clock, my DVR might run up here, and I might be out of here. We're getting this many commercials here. This last
Right. KJ going hot topic. Maybe for Halloween next year. I gotta find a way to top this year.
I don't think you can.
I don't think so
still, that is a moment. That is one of the many moments. Like, that needs to be. We needed somehow, anyone out there that has any sort of video editing skills, create a highlight reel of the Wrestling for Life Network through 2023. I think our CM Punk reaction and my reaction, because this man literally snuck it to where, like, we're about to go live. All right, I look like you. Fuck.
Where's my pen? That's wonderful. I like that.
Yeah, it's amazing how terrible ideas fall out of my head like that.
2023 highlights.
Yeah, out of the 47 million hours of content that we've made. So,
we only
fucking ciphering through that.
Yeah, we've only done like 700 streams this year.
Right. And literally everyone's, I have 0 editing skills. Curtis is admitting it's break number 12. So if you had the line, you're fucked. Goddamn commercial.
I just find, again, like they hurt themselves because you're trying, like, it's a good match, but 2 commercial breaks, you're like, stopping and starting.
And especially, you're 3 hours into a show. You're here because this match you expect it to be great. And it's stop, start with the commercial breaks in between. Like, you would have thought all the commercial breaks beforehand was so this would just run for a little bit. But when this is the one that's commercial heavy, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, again, like and I remember the good old days where like this is our last commercial break of the night, folks. And it might be like partway into the main event or just before the main event. We get like the last 5-10 minutes commercial free because it mattered so much. And you shove all the commercials down elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, it takes me back. Like, you remember the Hack a Shack era where it was just like stop and start?
Oh, yeah, it's literally like you get sick of watching the fucking game because it's like, all right, we're going to the fucking foul line again. All right,
a half an hour to play the last minute.
Shaq ain't gonna miss. They ain't gonna make anything for a free throw either. So we're gonna be here for like a solid 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, no, last last hour was normally the stuff that went commercial free versus the first hour.
Yeah.
First half hour. Like, it was a big thing even they went the first hour. It's like, I'd rather you do the last half hour than the first hour.
Yeah, right. Would you dress up as Valhalla if I was Ivar?
What?
That's quite the beard on Valhalla.
Right. Well, what better way to be a Viking than with this giant beard? I'm a little bit like the fucking fox in the henhound playing the fucking grandmother here. Trying to be Valhalla.
Right. Apparently, WWE just released a new Ken Shamrock shirt. Bit random. Hall of Fame? Is he? I don't think he's in there.
Well, this Hall of Fame class is going to be interesting. I think it could be a class of characters. And I say that in Bray Wyatt, I think, leads this class. Has to. However you feel, there's enough has to happen.
Yeah.
Heyman.
I
wonder, though, if you do both, because Heyman might be outshadowed.
Oh, I don't think Heyman will be outshadowed in Philly.
Yeah, but then do you outshadow Bray with that, though? That's the thing, is you might have too many, pots on the fire there.
Yeah, I get kind of the feel with that. I don't think that is their overly, like, I mean, my bigger question is, will Heyman agree to go in now? Now go in later.
Well, to go in Philadelphia, if there is a time and a place, that is the time and the place.
Plus, I mean, if he's still advocating as a Hall of Famer, it just makes him that much more arrogant.
Oh, he can sit there and just dig that into a fucking promo. Mm-hmm. The Hall of Fame advocate for your future Hall of Famer, Roman Reigns. I think, though, I like Taker's shout, actually, of Dustin needs a
Yes.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I don't think he gets in 40, but I do think, and I've said this before, I think there's a chance for one more Cody Dustin match. I think they could do it really well, and that's his swan song, and you give him the fucking because WWE owes us a good Cody Dustin match, and he's a Hall of Famer without a doubt.
Yeah, regardless of where he went, Goldust alone's Hall of Fame gimmick.
Yeah.
Iconic,
Mhm.
whether it be 40, 41, maybe 42, 100%.
Yeah. Well, and I think sometimes people forget that you know, for years before he was Gold, he was the Natural. He was, you know, the son of Dusty, where, you know,
he was Cody before Cody.
Yeah, right. He was Cody before Cody. That's the perfect way to put it. Fun night of Raw. I agree.
Oh, man, just spit into the hand he slapped the taste out of this man's face with.
Right. When they did Saturday Night Main Event, usually the last 30 minutes was calm-free. Yep. Yeah, I remember those days where they would give you, like, they would bottom load or the front load the commercials and then give you a reprieve in the end because they didn't want. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. Finish what you said.
Well, they just didn't want to separate it, right?
No, fair enough. I was going to make the joke of, yeah, because most of that show was viewer free. So that's why they could do the last half hour commercial free, because ain't nobody watching that shit.
Yeah. Big kick by Jay.
And we got a yeet sign in the crowd, so screw your copyrights.
Clapped him in the face.
Right? Step up Enziguri. Oh, we had the Uso splash. And again, I like that. You still got to keep in mind this is a tribute to Umaga.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say it. And they're chanting yeet.
So, Uso splash, and that still looks so fucking devastating.
It's funny because it was a move made, you know, you had Umaga, you had Rikishi, Jay and Jimmy don't have that body. They still get in there pretty hard.
Oh, yeah, but Sling Blade. But yeah, no, you even had the head shrinkers and shit, I believe, doing that.
Yeah.
You had goddamn Offensica.
Big hippie Samoans that, you know.
Frog splash, yeah. Two go.
That's what I think Jay and Jimmy, when they get back together, they should just kind of let themselves go a little bit and start looking like the head shrinkers.
The Wild Usos?
What?
Instead of the Wild Samoans, the Wild Usos?
The Wild Us? Big frog.
You just have Solo just come out and he cuts a promo like that kid from the Wild Thornberry. He's like, yeah,
holla, holla, holla.
Holla, holla, holla.
Right. Lillian Garcia for Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. She had an outstanding career, a nice run.
I could see getting in there. I almost wonder, though, if you're doing something like Bray this year, the year he passed, is the whole ceremony just Bray?
No, I don't think so.
But then who do you put with that? Because they get dwarfed.
Yeah, but again, with the Hall of Fame, like, there's always one or two nominees that go in that dwarf the rest, that are the more important ones, are the main eventers of the situation. What they would do is Bray would open the ceremony, and then you would end it with like a
flash.
But yeah, could they do it that way? For sure. I'm not I wouldn't be mad if they did. I just don't imagine they will.
Lillian Garcia would be a one that would go in this year. You would have that. That ain't taken away from anything else that we got going on.
Lillian.
I still remember when she had her moment when she stepped off the ring apron and she had like that moment, like the news anchor that stepped out of the fucking wine stomping basket and just like just had the most guttural like pain sound ever, and that aired out through everything.
Oh,
like shit went south real goddamn quick.
Big Uso chance as Uso climbing to the top.
Seth Rollins meets him up top. Are we gonna get
jump up
superplex? Or are we gonna roll this into a Falcon Arrow? Yes, we are. One count. Oh, one count.
I think it was a 2. Was that a 1?
No, that was a 1. That was pedigree.
Pedigree! I get so
1,
mad when people kick out of this.
2 count, 2 count. Hunter's just like, I knew I should have never booked this fucking match.
Let's go. Could he show
Yeah,
up?
you see the cheat code sliding out the ass end of fucking Jey Uso's gear there with that like towel that's coming out of nowhere.
Is that his how to wash tag sticking
out? Right. That's his promo right there.
Shamrock in the Rumble. Oh my god.
Dodges the stomp. Spear. Does he win on a spear? 2 count, 2 count. I don't want Shamrock in the Rumble. Shamrock can't move.
And you can't trust
not taking a bump.
You can't trust Shamrock. Someone said
Shamrock.
Punk versus Shamrock. I mean, the only that would be proof that Triple H brought him back just to piss him off.
That's just a fuck you.
You're gonna fight Shamrock at Mania. What?
I honestly, Shamrock, I'm surprised he isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame. That's not a bad shout. I wonder if it's more of just the relationship between Ken and WWE.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I mean, Ken's an interesting guy. Like, he really is kind of all over the place. So
yeah.
Jay, the crowd right behind him. It's crazy.
Setting up like Roman in the corner though a little bit. Goes for another spear, eats a knee.
Is Kane? Yeah, Kane's definitely in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Buckle bomb.
Oh.
Spear.
Oh!
Jay taking a couple plays out of Roman's playbook. He's going up top.
No way.
Uso splash.
No way.
1, 2.
No way. 2. Woo!
For half a second, I was like, oh my God, they're going to do it.
You could do a Royal Rumble with just the Samoans. Yeah. You bring them all in.
Do that on 2K23. I want an Anawan family Royal Rumble.
Right.
Can we just stop with censoring the holy sugar honey iced tea chants on WWE? Like, they say way more adult things in their promos. Let the crowd have their moment instead of holy. Holy. We're not in church. Not everyone's just chanting holy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. Animal Batista for Hall of Fame. This has been rumored for a while.
Is he not?
I don't know. He's not there yet.
Supposed to, like, around the COVID years, the May 19th years.
Maybe. Oh, pedigree. Caduce.
Oh, setting up for the stomp.
Miss it.
Oh, hits it. 1, 2, 3, as Seth Rollins retains.
Seth. No cheating, no tricks, straight up match. Hell of a main event.
Right, as granted, Seth selling the metacarpals there.
Right. Now we still got a couple minutes on the clock here, so we'll see.
I think we get a celebration and we run it.
That's about it.
Yeah, unless we get a big run over, like, or a couple minute run over. Well, we've got now Seth picking up Jay and nothing but mutual respect.
That was a great match. It's how you sell us on a nice baby-face match. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, this was a good 3-hour show. Had some lulls in there because it's a 3-hour show, but it was solid.
A 3-hour Drew! We got the Claymore!
Oh, Rollins!
On Seth as he just eats a belly-to-belly suplex.
Mm-hmm. Nick, I said it felt like a Drew.
This is what we wanted for the return of Drew.
Yes.
You've been here.
Mm-hmm. And Nick, I said it was a Drewy kind of night. I felt like we weren't done with Drew. That table, popcorn.
I'll take Drewy versus Dewey, but you can have that.
My money's on Dewey.
And so I don't like this, though. Well,
no?
Well,
What?
I find this so interesting because it feels like everything revolts back to the bloodline a little bit of rather than Drew going at Seth and we get the last shot of Drew. I'm gonna take that title. I'm gonna end you towards Jay and everything. So we're going back to much like Randy's going on his Vengeance tour with the bloodline. Everything with the bloodline is now reaping
Yo,
what you sow.
sorry, I got distracted by bad news there. That was funny as hell. Barrett jumped the barricade and then jumped back and then like snuck off behind like he was gonna get beat up.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I got getting Blake Shelton on my screen right now. I already skipped the getting Barmageddon.
Yeah, and I get your point. And folks, we have come to the end of Raw. We will take your rating out of 10. Let us know, let us know, let us know. But you know what? I do think Drew's beef is true hatred. It's for Jay, and that's a story. That's something that they want to close the chapter on. I still think maybe this ends up in some type of three-way at some point. I don't know.
But I just find it interesting, like I said, of it seems a lot of the stuff now we talked about the bloodline earlier of it's kind of helped make Jay, it's made Jimmy, it's made Kevin Owens, it's made Sami Zayn, etc. But now a lot of those storylines that they had are reaping what they sow. Of now we've got Drew going after Jay, we've got Randy trying to work his way through the bloodline of now what comes around is all around Ricky.
Yeah, and you know what? Randy didn't just team up with Jay and let it happen and then move on. Like they acknowledged it, and you know, pun intended, I suppose.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I really liked that match. I liked how it ended. Drew's finally digging in. He kicked the baby face in the face emphatically for once. This is good for business.
I still say what we just got right there with Drew is what we wanted the whole time for him,
Yep.
like his initial return. If that
Yeah.
was his return versus we're getting this now, it's 10 times more impactful.
Yeah, I think if he would have returned that night when we knew he was coming back, if he had just shown up and that was like, oh my God, he's back. But at the same time, you're coming to terms with the fact that he just ripped, you know, Seth's head off. Great. Again, you know, at least we got to it, and I at least like how this all played out. And again, it didn't fuck up the match. I think that would have soured a lot of us. Like I think you and I would have been pretty upset if you know a no contest or a DQ because Drew gets involved.
Right. Well, you kind of thought that was going to happen,
I
but
was nervous.
I got fluffy on Barmageddon, so I think we're at the end of the night here.
Jay got yeeted. Yes, Troll Killer Drew. Let's go. 6-0, 8.75 out of 10. 6-0. Drew definitely resigned. They wouldn't be pushing him like this if he didn't. Again, guys, even if they haven't signed him yet, they're going to be a negotiation. But do you see Drew McIntyre walking into the AEW to take on who?
Well, I was just gonna say, don't worry. Some fucking Randy Leahy there, some Jim Leahy there, fucking I am the liquor now over at Ringside News is gonna tell you how Drew's still upset with WWE. And you're gonna have some dirt sheet reports like that come out.
Mhm.
There's nothing at this point that tells you any of that. There's to me, like right there with that comment. Why am I doing all of this if I don't have you under contract? This isn't Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm.
This is WWE, and now especially this is WWE owned by TKO.
Yeah, and I mean, again, has there been times where Drew felt like, oh man, I wish it was getting booked better? But then you start getting booked better, and you forget that you were mad once upon a time. I don't think there's any substantiating weight to any of this, and there's been no proof of it. So, you know, same people that reported he stormed out of Survivor Series because of Punk. The fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Are we getting Jay versus Drew at Rumble? We might get it before Rumble. You got to remember, we got a lot of time to go before Rumble, guys.
I think we get it before Rumble, and I think that's one of the many stories that plays into the Rumble.
Yeah, we got a potential here for coming up over. I know the holidays they'll water it down and we'll get some funky stuff, but going into January we should get some really good Raws. Tonight was a really good one, 8 out of 10, 5 out of 10, predictable main event. Drew saved it. Justin Michaels, are you kidding me? You're gonna watch that Drew match. You're gonna watch that Jay and Seth match and go, it was predictable. Why? Because the favorite one, the champion, managed to win a belt. I mean, oh, bro, that is, yeah. I can't go with you, Justin. Unfortunate for you, but that was a hell of a main event, and I challenge Wednesday now to deliver something, and tomorrow too. Why not?
Fair enough. Well,
Did you
it's
want to
go
add
home before deadline here, but I was laughing at more of Jelly Roll 8 Action Bronson.
Right?
No, but I got 2 out of my 3 favorite fluffy personalities besides either one of us on my screen right now with Jelly Roll and Gabriel Iglesias. Action Bronson would be the third.
Action Bronson. I mean, again, that's the difference, right? Like, I mean, Jelly Roll, Grammy Award winner, has been, Country Music Award winner.
I don't know. I mean,
Bronson.
I kind of like Fuck That's Delicious part.
10 out of 10 stream. Nick stayed for the main event. There you go. Boston.
That's how you know it's a good goddamn show.
Right.
I'm willing to forego sleep.
Yeah. 6 days left to my 51st birthday, Larry. I hope you're here for it. Like with us.
That was fucking dark.
I didn't mean it.
So, Larry, I hope you have a fantastic 51st birthday.
Yeah, here with us.
Who hopes that you at least make it across that fucking finish line.
I meant here with us, man.
In spirit is what he meant to say. That's the last thing he said. He was about to say before I cut him off. He was going to say in spirit.
Love you, Larry. I'm kind of glad Jay's match ended without a result, and it wasn't. Yeah, I'm right with you. I think they did it right tonight, and I know. Oh, no Jelly Roll. 0 to 10.
That they have the 2 big men playing goalie right now in this fucking foosball of a fucking game. Of just you're too big to play anything but goalie.
Raw redeemed itself for the last week's show. Who so many called it weak, many good matches, and Drew's story is great still. My downer was the women's tag, which my only complaint was wish it was longer. And I think that match was long enough. Yeah, right.
Wish it was shorter. Fuck is you talking about? Wish it was longer.
Yeah.
That's overcooked versus undercooked. I'll say that.
Right. Thank you guys. That was very heartfelt. It really is. It really is. 9
from the cockles in the subcockle region of our hearts.
Pause. I heard part of that.
Yeah, George Carlin bit.
No, I know.
Okay, I was like, wait, hold on.
I hope you're. There you go. C Money. All right, folks, we're gonna pack it in. Nick's got a late one. We got to keep him up past his bedtime tonight. So we got to pack her in.
Cranky.
So enough of these questions. But folks, thank you for joining us. Come back tomorrow. Hey guys.
Last one.
All right.
Al Middlebrook, just because he's got a long one, he's saying he missed the end. Hey guys, great main event. Missed you guys. Been busy the last few days. Not a horrible show tonight. I like all the extra references made about CM Punk, even though he wasn't there. And W stream. So there we go. We're out of here.
There you go, folks. So thank you. We come back tomorrow. NXT is stacked. The go-home show for Deadline. The week is stacked. Oh, plus tomorrow morning, do not forget, Luna Mania is running wild. WrestleMania 14, I believe. So we're getting into the Attitude Era. We got a little bit of Tyson. We got a little bit of Austin.
The birth of the Attitude Era.
The birth. Yeah, we're going to have a birth on stream. Here we go.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. You're doubling down on things you shouldn't say.
With all that being said, we thank you for being here again tonight. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on the way out. Click the links. Follow us on social. Whew. Nick, clearly I need to get off stream. So
no, that's fine. As I keep talking, and I'll keep talking so you don't say anything else. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the rest, you're able to put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Get some rest. NXT tomorrow. Good night.